Second time lucky. First time it didn't work. So if you guys are out there, pop in and say hi and leave your 2 bits worth here on this, live stream February 6th, 2023. And I hope all is well out there. Just an awesome dinner. Wendy made a killer dinner. She made organic chicken, organic squash, potatoes, and gravy. Oh, man, it was just absolutely awesome. Anyway, guys, don't be shy. Pop in and say hi. I had a good day at work, and now I get 4 days off. Monday's actually a stat holiday. Here in Canada, it's a stat holiday. It's called Family Day. Don't make no difference to me because I get Monday off. Hello, Logan. 14 in London today, yesterday 17. Awesome. Spring is near. Yeah, it was a nice day here today. I don't know how much it was. I think it was around 8 degrees, something like that. It's just seasonal. Yeah, I know. I did one last week. Logan, you missed the one I did last week on the mainland. I was in Vancouver. I did one on, what day did I do one on? Sunday. I did one on Sunday from a palm garden near Vancouver. And I did a 3-hour live stream from the palm garden where there was 30-foot palm trees. So you can go back and see that live stream. I do have videos of it too, but really cool palm garden. Palm trees we planted around 1990, 91. So they're big palms now. So I did do a live stream. You betcha. And I figured I'd do one tonight. I'm kind of kicked off my other YouTube channel for a while. So I think I might be allowed to post videos back on that other one tomorrow at some point. It's been a week. They say a week. I'm banned from posting for a week. I got one strike, another strike against me. Censorship, eh? Forecast 15 and 16. Perfect. Enjoy. I'm not too sure. I didn't really look at ours. I just know I'm working outside today, and it was a nice day to work. And yesterday was sunny, and it's dry. So good thing. Yeah, I used to be so much more into the weather, and writing it down every day. But I haven't done that since I retired. I said, when I retire, I'm not going to do that anymore. I used to keep it in logs. I took all those logs, 30-something years of logbooks, and I tucked them in the garbage in the dumpster. I said, I don't need to do that anymore. Why do I do it? What good is it? So that doesn't make sense. How were you banned? I was banned from a video I put on about 5 years ago of a couple of people walking down a beach on Maui, and you can only see the backside of them, and they didn't like that video. They said it was too provocative, and so I appealed it. I wrote them a big comment, and I appealed it, and they says no, so still banned from posting for a week. It's all right. It's happened to me before, but that's YouTube censorship, right? You know what I mean? I says, if you didn't like the video, then why didn't you put it on age restricted? I forgot to put it on age restricted. I said, you guys could have easily done that for me rather than kick me off for a week. And I was pretty upset. I said, you guys are like really a joke. I just have my weather station online so I can see the temperature every day as far back as I want. Cool. Right on. Yeah, I have weather stations here too. I use Oregon Scientific, and I have remote sensors and Stevenson screens. And then I have other ones in other places on our property. But it does record, and it will go back in time. But if I want to see the weather, I can just go on to Gulf Island, 7-day Gulf Island forecast. I mean, winter's not over here yet. We could still get some snow. You know what I mean? It never surprises me. Davis is good. Vantage Pro 2. Yeah, that's a really good one. I use the Oregon Scientific. I have 2 Oregon Scientifics, and I have 2 other. Actually, I think I have 3 Oregon Scientifics. And they work pretty good. And yes, Davis are good instruments. And I have the sensors housed in Stevenson screens, right? Stevenson weather boxes, right? So, but the weather's been good. Things are blooming here, and it's feeling and looking a lot like spring, but that doesn't mean anything when you're this far north. We still could get some snow and little cold blasts, but I always say we're in the safe zone. Once we get past mid-February, then we can get snow, but we don't get that bitter cold, which is a good thing, and it never lasts as long. So, but it can still happen. I was going to keep that in the back of my mind. There's some gardeners that just kind of completely forget about it. They think, la-di-da, it's spring now, but really it's still February. So reality is we're in Canada, and it could still get cold. This far north, 48 degrees north latitude, I've seen snow in March many times, right? Hey, I live on do you live on Salt Spring Island? Whereabouts on Salt Spring Island do you live? I live on the very north end of the rock here. Maybe we'll meet sometime. Maybe we've met already. Maybe you and I have met, and we don't even know it. Or maybe you know it, or I don't know it. And I know it and you don't know it, right? Yes. Have we met? We should say no temperatures lower than 12. Okay, so you're good. Oh, you live at Central. Okay, cool. You know, at Central Hall, I planted palms there years ago, right? If you look beside Central Hall and look at Central Fire Hall, I planted those palm trees at the fire hall years ago. I grew those ones from seed, and I planted those in the firefighter memorial for Tony Head. He was a nice guy. He passed away about, I think that was probably close to 20 years ago now. So I planted a couple little baby palms in there, and so if you drive by the fire hall at Central, you'll see the palm trees in there. And you know, we landscaped that fire hall back around 1995. Roddy Brownsword and I, when I worked at Foxglove years ago, we planted the trees around the front there. There's flowering cherry. There used to be an oak tree, but they ended up cutting it down. It was getting too big. And then at Central, you'll see a huge California live oak growing beside the building and a eucalyptus tree. So there's two magnolias beside Central Hall. In the middle of those two magnolias, and kind of getting bigger than the magnolias now, is a Quercus agrifolia. So it's a California live oak. It's freaking huge. And then beside the building is a Eucalyptus parvula, one of my seed grown. And if you look in the garden there, you'll see palms as well. Underneath that, you know what? Underneath that Quercus agrifolia, the California live oak, there's a palm tree growing up right through the middle of it. I got a grow tent. I'm going to using grow palms indoors. Well, oh, cool. Awesome. Good idea, Logan. Those really work. I have a grow light downstairs, and when it gets too cold, I just have the Ches, you know. Have we met before? Ches. Ches must be Ukrainian. You got the Ukrainian flag on there. Are you Ukrainian? I've seen those. Yeah, so yeah, those are my palms. Those are Salt Spring Island palm trees. There's nice one I got growing beside the police station too. Yeah. You if you look beside the police station, you'll see a nice palm tree too. I planted that one about 15 years ago in memory of the cops that got shot in Alberta. They got gunned down, right? Check out that one. And in front of the Chamber Commerce, I planted those ones years ago too. Rotary Park, there's a big one. Some nice ones in Centennial. There's palms all over the place. You name it. And I've tried planting palms there. Called guerrilla planting. That's what I do. I just guerrilla plant those palm trees. So, yeah, well, hopefully we don't get any more snow. But like I say, you never know what old man winter has up his sleeve when you're this far north, right? And I remember one time before my birthday, my birthday's March 29th. And I remember on March 28th, I woke up to some snow. And that really sucked. I remember the kids were on spring break one time, and we were sledding down the hill in our property here. It snowed. I've seen snow in April. The latest I've ever seen snow here, I think, was about April 18th. A skiff of it. Just it melted within. It was probably gone within an hour, but it's still there was snow. April. It was around April 18th. That was the latest I've ever seen it snow here. And I wish I maybe would have kept my records because I had everything written down there. All right, take care there, Ches. Thanks for popping in, and like and subscribe to the channel. And you will see more live streams on here. We will meet. I've been here a long time. Have you been on Salt Spring a long time? I've been on this island 3 decades now, but been here a lot longer, coming here a lot longer since the 70s. All right, take care, man. Have a good night, Ches. Ches, that's a cool name. Ches. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining in the live stream. I was actually I was on another live stream before I started this one, and I don't know how long I'm going to do this. If more people join in, I'll keep going. If not anybody else joins in, nobody else joins in, then I'll go back to my buddy's live stream, 390 Wagon Master. He's in Salt Lake City, Utah. So I really like his live stream. He's a radio guy, and I'm a radio guy, and we've both been on radios for a long time. So we have a lot in common. So I really like the guy's live streams. It's cool. Anyway, the garden's looking pretty good here. It hasn't been a cold winter. We had that 4-day cold blast in December, but it didn't last long enough to damage any. -7 on December 20. -7. Holy diner. That is cold, man. Yeah, we got a little bit below 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So, but still, cold for this neck of the woods. But everything in the garden looks fine. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm very interested to see how our date palm's doing. We have 2 date palms in the ground. The ones in pots I threw in the basement, so we know those are fine. But I have 2 in the ground, so I will be doing a unveiling of those date palms in March. I'm going to say maybe spring. Once it hits spring, I think I'll take the cover off like I did last year. I took the nursery bucket off that one palm, and I expected it to be dead, and it was alive. What island are you from? I live on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific, off the far west coast of Canada. I live on Salt Spring Island in the southern Gulf Islands. One of the palms was severely burnt, but it's still alive. It's still, wow, -7, man. That is cold, dude. That's amazing. That's a tough palm. If that produces seed, that's when you went on of it. So yeah, UK palms. I'm on Salt Spring Island, and the Gulf Islands. All right, southern Gulf Islands, off the far southwest coast of British Columbia, Canada. Right out here in the ocean on our little island, and the only way on this island, off and on this island, is by boat. We were off. We went to the mainland on. Was it Saturday? It was Saturday. We got on the early morning ferry. Took a boat over UK. I live in Guildford in Surrey. Oh, but you're UK palms. UK palms. But did you live in the UK before? You live in Guildford? Oh, Guildford, Surrey. Oh, you mean in England? Because we have a Guildford, Surrey, south of Vancouver. Isn't that crazy? We have Guildford, Surrey, and I was over in that area. Guildford, Surrey is south of Vancouver. Surrey is a big city south of Vancouver. And there's a place called Guildford. Yeah, you're in England. Okay. My daughter used to live in England, right? She lived in Taunton near Devon, and then she moved over to South Cornwall, and now she's back here. She lived in England for about 5 years. I think about 5 years in England. She worked over there too, right? She was married to a Green Beret, Special Forces military dude over there. Yeah, but they're not together anymore. So she's back in Canada, but she really loved England, man. She just absolutely loved England, loved it in Taunton. And then she was down in Cornwall, and she'd always send me pictures of the palm trees. There's some nice cordy lines in Taunton too. Right where she lived in Taunton, Taunton in Somerset, there were some big cordy lines and some bronze cordy lines too. The what do they call those ones? Red Star cordy line, Torbay Dazzler, and there's a bunch of cool different cordy lines, but there was the red ones growing there. I have some nice palms here, mate. I bet you do. There's lots of nice palms in the UK. On my Facebook page today, a memory came up, and I posted a nice big a picture of a big Washingtonia growing in London. Phoenix canariensis, Phoenix theoprasti. Yeah, Phoenix canariensis grow very well in the UK, and Washingtonia robusta. But theoprasti, a friend of mine tried that one years ago, that Cretian date palm in Vancouver, and he imported it, and first winter it died. Just didn't like it. There's a couple like Phoenix canariensis on our coast. I do have videos of them here. I think the nicest one I've seen, there's a big one near Vancouver. He does help it in the winter, but there's also one on the far west coast in Tofino on Vancouver Island, and it never gets protection. And it's starting to get a trunk. I think the trunk on it's about this big now, probably about this big high and about that big. Beautiful. Cambrionia macrocarpa. Yeah, those don't grow here. Chamberonia, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Chamberonia macrocarpa. Yeah, no, we don't grow that one here. Got to remember, Canada, even though our latitude, we're 48 degrees north latitude, zone 8B, 9A here, but it's milder in London than here. Definitely. You guys got the Gulf Stream. We got the North Pacific current and the offshore Japanese current. And we do have the Pacific Ocean around us, which does help. There's some nice big Camarops here. There's Butia here. Lots of Trachycarpus palms. There's Trachycarpus fortunei, Trachycarpus wagnerianus, Camadoria radicalis, lots of yuccas. Everybody goes musabaju. Lots of eucalyptus trees. Eucalyptus trees all over the place. I'm 30 miles away from London with Island Inland. Cool. 30 miles from London. Yeah, I'm about, our island's probably about, from Vancouver, maybe 40 miles southwest. I'm thinking at least 40 miles southwest of Vancouver, something like that. It has to be. Yeah, Vancouver's to the northeast of our islands. So we're southwest of the city of Vancouver. Off the coast. We're actually closer to Washington State. We're by the Washington State San Juan Islands, right? So we can see them from here. Anyway, I was in a garden the other day, yesterday. After work, I went in and the lady messaged me, says, Joe, I'm cutting back my yuccas. They're getting too big. So she cut the tops off her yucca gloriosa. So I went down there and I picked up 4 of them and I planted them. It was -6 this winter in the coldest. Yeah, we had about just a little bit lower than -6 here. Some areas got to near, -7, minus just about -8, and some areas -6. Just depends where you are, right? It was a cold blast. We had 4 days of cold weather in December, and that was it. But -6 is pretty cold. Yeah, it's as long as it doesn't last long. 1 or 2 nights of it's okay, but if you get about a week long of -6, that's not a good thing. It's really hard on the plants, especially if the daytime temperatures don't get up above 0 degrees Celsius. So -6 at night, and you get -2 in the day. That's what makes the center spears come out of a Phoenix canariensis. I have a 3-day weekend. Yay! I got a 4-day. Good for you. 3-day weekend. So you're off school. You're off school for the weekend then. Right on. It's a long weekend here too. Crazy. It is a long weekend in Canada. Monday's a holiday, but I get 4 days off anyway. So that's a good thing. I only work 3 days a week. I'm retired. So part-time work is good for me, man. Part-time work is awesome. And you have a 4-day. You have a 4-day weekend. Okay, awesome. There you go. Not a 3-day. You have a 4-day. 4 days better than 3 days. Yeah, I go back to work on Tuesday, and it's always nice to have 4 days off. I got to do a consultation for somebody tomorrow. So on the side, I've always done landscape consultations. So somebody wants me to do one for them. It snowed half an inch in my area. That's all right. Half an inch isn't so bad. Look it up in Alaska. See how much snow those guys got? Got a friend that lives up there. Talk to him once in a while on the radio. Lots of snow up in Alaska. But half inch isn't bad. I mean, it can still snow here, Lemming Hater. Palm Nation's in there. Because JL got the boot. No more JL. Here only were around 1C. It was screwed. My location people in Cornwall, warm parts, London hardly. See, that's a good thing. Yeah, 1C. Well, at least you got up to above freezing. It iced a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, well, it still is winter, man. That's the thing. You know what I mean? It's definitely winter here, even though it doesn't look like winter and is not feeling like winter here. It's still winter, and I will never be fooled because I know it can still get cold. Definitely can still get cold here. One last frost, and no more cold here. That's good. That's for real, that's a good thing. Yeah, I don't know. We can still get a frost for sure. Usually our last frost I've seen usually end about beginning of March, sometimes in February, but it can still get cold here. We can still get frost next week. Did you hear about the deadly train? Yeah, there's one in Ohio. It spread that poisonous gas everywhere or something. It burnt up, and it's really bad for people's lungs around that area. I think there was one in Texas too. Wasn't there some sort of truck that turned over in Texas and it was full of bad chemicals or something? Yeah. So what happened? What happened to that? How did that happen in Ohio? Did they burn that up on purpose? Like, what's going on with that? I don't really watch the news much. I see little clips on YouTube. Central ending the days up to 4 or 5 December. Some days ago. 4, 5C during December freeze. Oh, that's mild. I'm far south enough that so they rarely get freak show freezes, but it's highly unlikely. Yeah, here we can still get them. We're not going to get a freak show freeze now, but we can still get snow and we still can get a freeze. So at this time of the year, freezes can still happen, but they're not as harsh. I can tell you that. But we can still get snow. I've still seen a good dumping of snow in February. The train hit a truck and derailed and exploded. Vinyl chloride. Oh, that's bad news, man. That is bad news. Yeah, some lady was on the news and she showed her chickens the day before, perfectly healthy. The next day, all her chickens were dead. Dead, man. I don't know, man. I wouldn't want to be breathing in that crap. That is nasty. That is just nasty. Holy cow. Pretty scary stuff. I don't know. We don't have any trains here, so we're not going to have any train derailments, but there's a lot of trains that go through Vancouver and on the mainland, right? What I meant by freak show is that late frost, not just enough to set things back. Yeah, sometimes it knocks the flowers off of peach trees, something, but no killing frost. That is exactly why I need to move location. I need to move to the south coast, but I need to choose. Get tornadoes, really? In England? I didn't even think tornadoes were in England. That's crazy. I didn't think there's tornadoes there. Jesse, how's it going? Jesse from North Delta. Tornadoes in England. What? I know Zach gets them in Tennessee, but England? I never associated twisters with England. But you know what? They do get them in the prairies here in Canada. There are tornadoes in Canada. We just don't get them here. We had a tornado break last night. Whoa, that's scary, man. I would not want to. I'd like to see a tornado from a distance, but I really would not want to be in a freaking tornado, man. Especially if it's coming straight for my house. I mean, it could totally rip your garden up. A tornado? I mean, I see what it does to people's houses. Can you imagine if you had this ultimate garden? It would totally destroy your garden. Like if a tornado, say like an F3 or F4 tornado, like the ultimate, whipped through your garden, your house would be gone and your garden would be gone, right? Message deleted. UK Palms. Hey, why did you hide UK Palms? View. That's a good place to live in the south there. Abstract. Last time, Abstract Tom. Oh, Abstract Tom was in my 1967. So it's pretty rare to get tornadoes in Illinois. Really, where you are. Is it? Are you sure? He hasn't done anything dumb in here. He's kind of annoying troll. I don't know if he is troll. Really? I don't know. I'd keep him in here, man. He hasn't done anything bad. I'm good. I went to the Canucks game yesterday. Well, did they win or did they lose? Okay. I'll send you screen. Trust me, he's no good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's been in here before. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure. Well, leave him in here for a bit. If he does anything annoying, we'll get rid of him like JL. So far, he's been okay. Wait till he does something annoying. He hasn't done anything annoying here yet. Really? No, in Illinois, it's not rare to get tornadoes. Rulers, but have tornadoes in Chicago. But it is rare to have tornadoes in Chicago metropolitan area. Is it because there's too many buildings there? Maybe is that what it is? Huh? Maybe that's what it is. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, I know, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, actually even Ontario gets tornadoes. I haven't heard of any tornadoes in BC, maybe because it's too mountainous here, but I have seen dust devils. Those little those dirt devils? And I think those are pretty cool. I've seen lots of those things where they whip up the dirt and they just kind of go across a parking lot or something or a dusty field, and then they just kind of, they peter out. But they get stronger ones of those in the interior of BC. They're not twisters. There's just stronger dust devils. And if you had a tarp on something, maybe clothes on your clothesline, it could probably blow all that stuff off. So they get stronger ones in the interior. I've seen dust devil at the baseball field in the park. Yeah, they're kind of cool. Like I said, one time I was actually, I swear I've seen, you've seen a little tornado? Really? Yeah, I've never seen a tornado. I've only seen videos of tornadoes. Like an 8 foot tall. No, the tallest I've seen is probably about 40 foot. It's like a UK version of Bigfoot. He doesn't have. No way, really? I'll have to see. Leave him in here for a bit and we'll see. If he does, then we can just get rid of him. But I'll have to make sure. And I believe you. I don't know if he is JL. I got rid of JL. JL is gone. That guy was really annoying, man. JL was the worst. So he's gone. The Nova Scotia guy, growing his palm trees in Nova Scotia, no content on his channel. He claims all this stuff, but yet he has no proof to back it up. And then he sends us a picture of a Washingtonia that was growing in California. It's like, come on, JL, you can do better than that. At least maybe get a picture of someone's yard in Vancouver or something, so it looks like it's more in the north, not a Washingtonia growing in California. And people can find out where those photos are taken. And I think Cal did. They did a reverse search on it, and it ended up being in California. Say, come on, man, who are you kidding? I haven't heard of Bigfoot for a long time. Bigfoot is just not around anymore. He did get. Oh yeah, I got the image from Google. Yeah, I'm not too sure if he is or not. Abstract Tom, I have no idea, but he does the L type stuff. Yet also talks a lot. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know who he is. I really don't. I don't even remember if he's been in here before. Yeah, Bigfoot Squad is not around anymore. I mean, he might be around anymore, but I just haven't heard from him. No, I don't recognize UK Palms. He says he lives in Guildford, Surrey. Bigfoot Squad. Bigfoot Squad. He's got a channel. He lives on some tropical island, Baharatera. He calls it Baharatera. No, not literal Bigfoot. It's some kid in Ohio. Some kid in Ohio. Some like 13-year-old kid that lives in Ohio. So he's got a channel. So, and if he wants to come in here and act normal, that's fine. But, when people start doing silly crap, all the trolls are in Ohio, the Buckeye State. I just talked to a guy in Ohio on my radio. Talked to a guy in Tennessee, talked to Hawaii and Ohio. So I know lots of trolls in Ohio and a Baharatera too. Check out Baharatera. It's a really cool island. They grow lots of cool palm trees there. There is a national park in Ohio. Is there? Well, isn't there like national parks in all the states? Do all states have national parks? I want to know. I thought they would. I thought all states would have like a big park like that. He was the stream a few weeks ago. He was in the stream a few weeks ago, and Bomb Planet said he knew him. I think, but oh really? Yeah, I don't remember. My short term's bad. No, all states have state parks. Not all states have state parks. Oh, not all states. Abstract Tom says not all states have state parks. Okay, interesting. Okay, well, we have provincial parks. We have provincial parks in our province, right? And then we have lots of provincial parks, and then we have CRD parks on Salt Spring Island. So we have provincial parks here. I drove a possible tornado in Alabama, I drove in a. Well, you're in Alabama today? Oh, cool! I want to go to Alabama. I talked to Alabama today on my radio, but I've never been to Alabama. Not all states have national parks, but all states have state park. Okay, so we have a provincial park, and then we have capital regional district parks, which is Victoria and the Southern Gulf Islands. So I worked for Parks Department, but I was Capital Regional District. So Parks Department, Parks and Rec for Capital Regional District, CRD. And then we have 3 provincial parks on Salt Spring Island, which is a totally different jurisdiction. I didn't look after those ones. I only looked after the CRD parks here. There's 61 CRD parks on Salt Spring. Do you know how to skate? Yeah, I haven't skated for a long time. I used to skate when I was a kid. I used to roller skate and I used to ice skate. Alabama, cool, man. So you drove to Alabama. Wow. Hey, there's needle palms there. That's where I got my first needle palm seed years ago. Somebody sent it to me from Alabama. I'd like to go to Alabama, man, and Arkansas. I'd like to see that state too. Maybe one of these days. One of these days. I hear whatchamacallit, the dictator of your country. We have the dictator in our country. I don't know if your guy's so much as a dictator. He's just an old dude. Ours is a dictator. Biden's just a fool, but I heard he's lifting all the mandates soon. I live like an hour away from Stevenette, and I was in his town today shopping. Oh, cool. No way. Only an hour away. That's crazy. That's not that far. I thought you were close to Mississippi. That's where I thought you were, like really close to Mississippi, northern Mississippi. Right? So I guess, but Mississippi is beside, there's Louisiana. How does that work? Alabama? Georgia? Wow, cool. He's more east than south of me. Just to drive. Oh, wow, cool. An hour's not that bad. That'd be like, yeah, it'd be like driving to Vancouver from where I used to live. Something like that, 45-minute drive to Vancouver. Of YouTube, Susan finally stepped down, is no longer the CEO. Oh, really? Is that right? I never knew who she was. I'm sure she makes a lot of money, though. Yeah, CEO. Susan, can't even pronounce that name, finally stepped in, is no longer CEO of YouTube. So they're going to get somebody better, hopefully. That's not going to ban my stuff. Well, that's cool. You can drive to Alabama, Mississippi, and you can drive to Florida, too. So Florida is probably only a few-hour drive from where you are. I bet you to drive to Florida, northern Florida. You're in the tri-state area. Yeah, you're down in the very southwestern corner of the state, right? Right on near Mississippi line, right? Correct? Like near Henderson, somewhere around there in that area. So I think it doesn't take you very long to get into Mississippi either. Get down to the Gulf. You can go to Louisiana too. Get some of those Sable Louisianas. Lots of Sable Louisianas there. Go down into the bush and collect some seed. It'd be cool driving into Alabama and then going in off the beaten track. If you could find out where those needle palms grow and get a bunch of needle palm seed. In 29, my family drove to Florida. It took 17.5 hours from Illinois. Wow, that's not too bad. 17.5 hours. Because Illinois is, I mean, that's pretty northern state. Pretty cool. It's 21 hours to drive from Vancouver to Los Angeles if you drive straight to Los Angeles, but not to California, Los Angeles. Mississippi is like 10 minutes down the road from me. Wow, cool. Drive east until I reach Muscle Shoals, Alabama. 10 minutes. That's fast. Fast, quick drive. Selmer. Okay, cool. Yeah, there's probably lots of palms in there too. Mississippi. It's got to be some wild sable minor growing down there. What did you eat today? What did I eat today? I had chicken. Wendy made organic chicken, organic squash, and potatoes with gravy. When my family drove to Arizona for nearly 22 hours. That's not that bad. That's what I had for dinner. What did I eat? I had a calzone. I had a pizza pocket for lunch. I don't stop when I work. Like lunchtime, I don't sit down. I just keep working, right? So I never mark a lunch break down. I work right through my lunch break. That's the way I am with this job. I never take a lunch break. I just grab something and I eat on the go. That's how I am. So I just had a calzone. I had a banana, and I had some fruit leather. That's it, right? So nothing major. In my water, lots of water. I drink lots of water. That's what you got to do. But yeah, I worked outside today. We are working on some house. Hello, Barefoot Gardener. How's it going? Drink lots of water. Good for you. Hello, Barefooted Gardener. Good to have you in there. I was actually in my friend's live stream, and then I came over here. I says, I got to go. I'm going to do a live stream tonight. It's sad that Amtrak isn't in Canada. No, we have, but we have U.S. trains that come into Canada. We have a lot of U.S. trains that come back and forth like all the time. Mate, can I ask? I'm permanently banned. I'm a palm grower from England, not a troll dog. Yeah, I didn't ban you. I'm not banning you here, UK palms. You can stay in here. You know, we only kick people out that do trolls. No, I'd leave them in there. Okay, where is he? I wouldn't ban him. Don't ban him, man. I want to give the guy a chance at least. I haven't seen him do anything wrong. Mate, can I ask? I did wrong ban. I'm a palm grower from England, not a troll. I post on Palm Tech group. I tried to unhide him. I had triple O's. Oh, that's white spot. Cool. Yeah, let him. I give him a chance in here, man. Don't keep banning him. Got to give him a chance. Got to give people a chance. JL, I gave too much of a chance, and he really got on my nerves, and he really pissed me off. Let's just see. Where am I here? Have you been training for JL? That guy's a joke, man. He's probably not even Nova Scotia. He's probably in Ohio. Have you ever had Cinnamon Toast Crunch? No. Yeah, I don't really eat that cereal, but I think I've had it years ago. I think I've tried it. I've tried all different things. I think I've tried that one years ago. I had Cheerios for breakfast. It's the best. Yeah, I know it tastes good. I do remember it. Long time ago. I don't have that much of a sweet tooth. Yeah, I do, unfortunately, but I try to stay away from too much sweet stuff. But I do actually have a sweet tooth. It's like alcohol. I don't drink booze, man. I have a beer once in a blue moon on a hot summer day, but I drink lots of water. I drink lots of sparkling water. You know what I mean? Lots of sparkling water. There's some guys that drink like 6, 7 beer every day. That's not me, man. I just can't do that. You know what did I? Yeah, you can stay in here, UK Palms. You haven't done anything. JL probably likes all the native gardens. Yeah, JL. I'm sure his initials aren't even JL, right? I'm sure his initials are not that. I'm sure he's not in Nova Scotia. He's just a troll troublemaker. Yeah, UK Palms, you're fine. You haven't caused any problems in here. When people cause problems in here, we give them the boot, right? JL likes native JL. Yeah. Well, I like native plants, but I really don't need a lot of them in my garden because they're all around me. Last time I drank soda or 2019. Yeah, I don't drink soda. I don't like soda pop. So yeah, no. Anybody causes BS here, they do get the boot. That's for sure. JL, we let him go on way too long. JL was in here for weeks, and he was just like a total troublemaker. And then he'd always say, "Oh, I'm sorry." It's kind of like that one guy in Corvallis, Oregon. I think that guy might be JL. You know what I mean? And I know Bigfoot had many aliases. Bigfoot Squad has many YouTube accounts. I think the guy's probably got 20 YouTube accounts. I don't know how he does that, but he's got a lot of them. He's got a lot of them, right? So there you go. Anyway, everybody try to get along in here. Try to get along. Uh, this is a happy place. We're gardeners, right? And I'm going to try to talk politics. No politics tonight. I'm going to try not to talk about the guy ruining our country because that just makes me mad thinking about that guy. Not to be real, what if UK Palms is JL? Well, I don't know. You know what? There's only one way to find out. You got to give them a chance, right? So far, so good. I mean, you got to go to someone's channel and look at their content. That's what you do. Look at their content, and if they have content and it is, it looks legit, then they're probably a real YouTuber. But JL did not have any content, nothing. He sent me some fake pictures, right? But not bad. I mean, UK Palms. I could check out your channel. UK Palms. Let's see. It's always good to have content. Come on. UK. Oh, there we go. Palms UK, Gyms UK Palms. I don't know. I can't really find it, but I just made it because my other one was banned from talking on here. Oh, really? Needs to stop handling everyone. The blue one. Well, we'll see. I gave it to him just to make sure he's legit. If I can take it away, Palm Nation, I can take it away just as fast as I gave it, right? So if anybody, like I say, fools around, bye-bye, gone. You know what I mean? So we'll see. So far I haven't seen anything that he's done that's wrong. Okay. Okay, so there we go. I took that away. No more blue, but I'm going to give you a chance anyway. UK Palms, you have a chance. I haven't seen him do any trolly things yet, right? But I did take away the blue thing for sure. So anyway, only time will tell. When JL came in here, he seemed to be really okay at first, and then he started doing pretty crazy stuff. It's like, what are you doing, man? So, and now he can't even come on here, right? So anyway, Palm Nation, I did take away the blue. So we'll see. At least give him a chance, right? I mean, you can check out his channel. That's the thing. You can check out anybody's channel. Some people just make up channels just to be trolls, right? Like JL, he never put any content. He talked about everything he had, but there was zero content on his channel. They don't have a. Yeah, JL, I don't even know who he is. UK Palms. It was some guy that was in here or girl, whoever, and just causing a lot of trouble. Said they were in Nova Scotia. They claimed to be in Nova Scotia. Brennan. No way. What? Brennan did? A spam full of. No way. That's funny. I've made thousands of posts. Yeah, I believe you, UK. Snowstorms right now, and it's 27 Fahrenheit. So anyway, JL turned out to be a troll. So JL's gone. We just got rid of him. So, but you know what? It doesn't mean he can't come back as somebody else. That's funny. Brennan saying, "Hey, I'd like to see those. Send them to me." I think that's funny. I think stuff like that's hilarious. Okay, but I got a twisted sense of humor. So I want to see those. You gotta message me those. That's hilarious. Oh my god. I haven't heard from that guy forever. He's still alive and kicking and sending people silly videos. Brennan, that was his name, Brennan. That'll make me laugh. I want to see those. Maybe I'll send them to Wendy. I hope it wasn't him doing them. Oh God! So he's still making videos then, is he? Oh my God! It reminds me of Rick rolled. That reminds me. I don't know who Rick rolled, or you mean Rick trolled? I don't know who Rick rolled is. Rick Rude, Rick rolled. Yeah. Hang on a second. Did you post a photo of Facebook Washi and said it was a guy? Yeah. That was me. Yeah. That's it. That's the guy. I posted that in my group. That's my group. I started that group years ago, and I said this guy in Nova Scotia claims that this Washingtonia is growing in his garden, and then somebody did a reverse search of that photo. I think it was Cal, and said that photo was taken in California, which we knew all along it wasn't in Nova Scotia. But and I said another time, I said, prove to me that you're growing these palms in Nova Scotia. Do you have all these flawless Trachycarpus palms? He sends me a picture in a Facebook message of these palm grove, a beautiful Trachycarpus palm grove. Yeah, no, it's cold there, man. It gets freaking cold. They're not going to grow them outside. It's cold. It's too cold. The winter times are way too cold there, man. So he sends me a picture of the beautiful grove of Trachycarpus palms, and I'm looking at these Trachycarpus palms. They're flawless, 20-something feet tall, with a huge Camarops palm in the background. I'm thinking, wait a minute here. There's no way you're going to have a Camarops that looks like that, or Trackies. And then somebody else did a reverse search of the picture and said that picture was taken from a website somewhere in the States. That was a prank in the early 2000s when email was they send this video. Rick Astley. Oh, I remember Rick Astley. Right. Yeah, Nova Scotia is basically Denmark. It is. Yeah. Did you see that Michigan guy try to compare his climate to? Oh, please. You cannot compare Michigan. Is that Sasha? That might be that. Is that one guy out there that grows palms? You got to box him in, man. I'm sorry. Michigan might be a nice place, but you're not going to grow a Trachycarpus palm out there long term without protection. There was another guy that shot a video. It was about 10 or 11 years ago, and people still talk about that video. Did you know there's a guy that doesn't protect his Trachycarpus palms in Michigan? Well, they're long gone dead. I can tell you that. They're long gone dead. You can grow. Yeah, you can actually. You know what? That is true. There is a guy in Denmark that does grow palms, and there's actually one at the library in Copenhagen. But there is a guy, if you go to Palms in Denmark on YouTube, you will see the guy's palm trees. That's true, UK palms. I've seen it. But in Nova Scotia, I haven't seen it. It was that Islamic Turkish turd from there. I think that's, is that Sasha? Romanian guys? Sasha, remember the woman who asked for you? Oh, God. I know. Wendy says, no, not allowed to do that. I said we can make some extra money if she wants to waste her money. That was probably a troll too, Jesse. Jesse, I'm sure that was a troll. No, it's not Sasha, but oh, really? There's somebody else out there? You're kidding. Yeah, because Sasha I don't find annoying. And he does grow palms, but he does protect them. There's somebody else out there. So who is he? What's his name? I'm curious. I haven't seen him yet. Must be a new guy on there, huh? Sasha. Yeah, because Sasha's from Romania. And then there's Andy Andrews, who seems to think Tennessee is. I don't know who that is. Andy Andrews. I've never heard of. What group is he in? Andy Andrews. I'm not on there enough. That's the thing. I'll post palm pictures on my Banana Joe page on Facebook, and then I just share from there. So I don't necessarily go a lot to people who love palm trees. I just share from my actual own wall. So once in a blue moon, I go there, right? But Andy Andrews, is he on that group? And where does he live? Where does Andy Andrews live? Andy Andrews. Interesting. So I want to know who the other guy is. The Middle Eastern guy, you say, on what group is he on? Is it on people who love palm trees or on zone pushers? Could be on zone pushers too. Zone pushers is a pretty good group. He tried to tell me that my weather was cold and rainy. Where does he live? I wonder where he lives. Probably just jealous. Some people just get jealous, that's all. Where does he live? I'm curious. Is he in Michigan? Is that where he is in Michigan? Or is he somewhere else in the south? Right? There's a good amount of people in the UK won't grow in London despite. And I have, wow, that's amazing that you actually have a king palm growing. Like they do grow in this on the southwest corner of Oregon coast in Brookings, but I've never ever seen it in person. I've seen pictures. Is in Detroit. Oh, he's in Detroit, and he's trying to tell you that he's got the same climate as Tennessee. Is he nuts? Oh God, Detroit. Are you kidding me? It's not even close to the same climate. They probably do get high humidity in the summertime and a lot of heat, but the winters are a lot colder in Detroit. Way colder. It's way farther north, too. Way farther north. Detroit is just south of Ontario. It's just south of Windsor, Ontario, Peely, Point Peely, right? It gets cold there, man. It gets really cold in Detroit. They've had some wicked. Look up the snowstorm of when was it? Or that was Buffalo, but Detroit gets a lot of snow too. Wow. So does he actually have palms growing then? This Andrew guy, does he actually post pictures of his palm trees without protection? That's what I'm curious. These people claim to grow all this stuff, but then they box them in the winter and add heat. So to me, that's cheating. You know what I mean? And it's great that you grow your palms and that's your fun hobby, but it's like collecting seed from a palm tree in Nova Scotia that's boxed in with heat added is not going to give you a hardier strain of Trachycarpus palm. I can tell you that. I'm from Buffalo. Oh, right on the Big Apple. The Big Apple, the Empire State, right? Cool. That's awesome, man. I talk there a lot on my radios. New York, talk there a lot. My son's been there. My youngest son's been there, and Wendy's son's been there. My climate is hard to describe people outside the U.S., but with lots and lots of rain. Yeah, I wonder what your rainfall is annually. Our rain is in the wintertime. That's when we get our rain. Lots. But this winter, not so much, man. I'm kind of worried about it. We haven't had a lot of rain this winter. 60. Is it 60 inches? Okay, so you're about double. Yeah, you're just about double us here. I'm back 24. Oh, there's JL. There's JL right there. He is back. How about that? Maybe like Afghanistan. Afghanistan can get really cold, but in Afghanistan, they do actually have Nanoropes ricciana, right? That is the palm native, I believe, to Afghanistan, right? I think that's where it's native to. Nanoropes ricciana is native to the mountains of Afghanistan. So, yeah, that's another one I want to try again, for sure. What does JL do? Oh, just wait and see. He probably won't last long on here. And I'm not going to get my blood pressure boiling because of him either. He's not in Nova Scotia. His name's not JL. He's just not who he says he is. I can tell you that. We know he's not who he says he is. It'd be so cool if somebody could find out his IP address. That's the thing to do. Some computer whiz, can you find out where this guy is, right? He can do that. I know some of you guys are really good with computers. I'm not so good with computers, but if you could find out his IP address, that'd be good. Then you can figure out where he lives, right? What state he lives in. He's in the States. He's not in Canada. JL doesn't do a whole lot. Palm trees. JL. Yeah, that's what he's been doing. He's been training hard. It's so funny. So I was at a job site today. And I see a bunch of nunchucks hanging on some hook, and with the two guys I worked with, I says, I want to use those nunchucks. So I pulled the nunchucks off and I started using. He says, no, you can't do that. The guy's home. So anyway, the guy came out after and I talked to him, and I says, are those your nunchucks out there? Because I have nunchucks too, right? And I had a couple other pairs I gave to my kid. And he says, yeah, those are my nunchucks. He says, why do you do martial arts? I says, yeah, done it for a long time. And he says, yeah, he's a 5th degree black belt. And I says, wow, that's pretty awesome. It's like, I'd like to see him use those nunchucks. Anyway, bye-bye, JL. Yeah, what does JL stand for? JL's got to stand for something. Joker, loser, I don't know. Bye-bye, JL. Your time is up on this channel, I can tell you that. You've caused enough problems. Go troll another channel. Kind of done with you here, man. Yeah, Joker liar. That's what it is, Joker liar. Hey, that's it. That's what it is. Right on. JL is a Joker liar. Yeah, good. So anyway, do you grow Enrique? I don't know what those are. Areca palms. Areca palms. No, I don't. That's Chrysella carpus luciens. No, it stands for Dutch bag. Douchebag. No, but you know what? Dutch bag. You know what? I don't grow Areca palms just because indoor they're really prone to spider mites. They are a very common palm in the tropics. Areca palms or butterfly palms. They're native to Madagascar, and they're used a lot in hedges. Like when you go to Maui, lots of them as hedges. Can prickly pear grow outdoors in North Delta? Yes, it can. Absolutely. But you know what? You want to plant it preferably under an overhang of your house. Common potted palm here too. Indoor plant. It's just like majesty palms, but they're pretty useless as indoor plants. Yes, prickly pear can grow there, Jesse. South wall or west wall under a nice big overhang. And, we have lots of prickly pear outside. We have a lot of it here. But if you're going to grow it out in the open, build up a raised bed with kind of like Navy Jack gravel and stuff like that, kind of sandy soil mixed. And you could grow them right out in the open, providing you have super fast draining soil. It's not the cold that's going to kill the hardy ones. It's root rot that's going to kill them. It's the excess moisture we have in the wintertime, the rain sitting around the roots in the wintertime. It's going to rot them. Do we grow colocasia? No, I don't grow any colocasia. But some people do. I just don't. The soil's not good enough here. It's not deep enough. It's very dry and rocky. And you mulch it in the wintertime. I was in a garden yesterday picking up those yuccas, and the gunner is already starting to grow. I was down there looking at there's big butillas in the garden, and really a big camarops, 2 huge camarops palms. And she wanted me to help her move one of them a while back. And I says, no, last year I says, no, you move that palm, it's going to die. So she wants to trim up her camarops palms. Like, oh God, I love the camarops is so beautiful looking. And she's going to be taking some fronds off of it. It's like, oh God, I love it the way it looks. So anyway, I'm going to have to go back maybe in another month or so and see what it looks like after she's trimmed it. I'm surprised taro never roots deep for me. Yeah, well, we have a lot of rock here and it gets so dry. So it's a water thing. They do like really rich soil. They thrive better with ample summer irrigation. And, we have enough things to water here. That's the problem. Like I got to keep the nursery alive. And then we have irrigation in the back. I put irrigation in the back garden several years ago. It's 1/2-inch pipe with risers. The risers come out, and then there's misters that come off the risers, adjustable misters. Do you grow indoor pineapple? No, I don't. Yeah, I've grown lots of pineapple before. Like where we stay at the condo in Maui, when we're going to Maui, I planted a bunch of pineapple tops in the garden, and they're all growing. So, but the soil here, Barefoot Gardener, is very rocky. In order to dig a hole here, you need one of those big pry bars. You need a pick and a post hole shovel. That's what you need to dig a hole in this ground here. Like in big chunks of rock come out, like sandstone. You can have, like our gardens are lined with rock. All the rock that is lining our gardens comes out of the holes I dig for the garden. It sucks. Where I used to live on the mainland, you could dig deep. You could dig a deep hole, and I always wanted to find some rocks in there, but you could dig 2 feet deep, and you're lucky to find a rock. Clay near me, clay. And you know what? Trachycarpus palms like clay. They do like clay and they do like moisture. And I found out over the last several years that they can handle a lot of moisture, like the ones growing down in the creek. So our record freeze last December, right? A lot of trachea, but the one thing is I noticed it doesn't go deep. Cool. So they made it, right? So the Trachycarpus did, they'll probably regrow back again. Hey, hello, chat. This whole island made of clay. Lori's World. Hey, hello, chat. This whole island is made. Your whole island is made of clay? Really? No way. Ours is rock. Ours is rock, sandstone, shale, and quartz, and some granite. And yeah, there's clay pockets. There's good soil pockets too on this island on Salt Spring, except full recoveries on most. Cool. Well, I think they'll probably all regrow back, man. They're pretty tough. I know how tough they are because I've had them go through bad freezes on the mainland, and I declared them dead, and they start growing months later. What's the most rain tolerant cactus? Well, I think opunches, a lot of those hardy opunches, like even humifusa and stuff like that, is probably rain tolerant, but it has to be fast draining soil. Like we get over 30 inches of rain annually here on Salt Spring, 30 to 35, whatever. But we have cactus that grows here, so it's growing on fast draining soil. Never growing, oh God, we have tons of it here. It's terrible stuff, Abstract Tom. One interesting thing is long-term tracking shows zero damage in my duck. Oh, cool. Wow. What's wrong? What's wrong, Palm Nation? Duck Killer Clyde. What did I say wrong? Okay, we have lots of rocks too, but mid Vancouver Valley. Oh yeah, I'm on Salt Spring Island. Completely different here, man. Completely different. It's sandstone and shale. Humifusa is basically a rainforest, grows in poor draining. Oh, really? Cool. There you go. So there you go. So abstract. Who wanted a poor draining soil cactus? Humifusa. There you go. Because I have humifusa, but I have it in well draining soil. So there you go. Humifusa. If you're looking for one that tolerates poor draining soil, Palm Nation says Opuntia humifusa, and it's super cold hardy. Can you look up stink bud in? Really curious to know if you have them in because I don't know if we have stink buds. Let's see stink buds. I'll just Google an image of it. I just want to see what a Google image looks like. Oh, I've seen those. Those are stink bugs. I've totally seen those things here. Yeah. Clay is not nice. Well, you know what? With clay, it does actually have a lot of nutrients in it. Clay has a lot of nutrients, and I learned that when I took a turf management course at Kwantlen College. And the teacher says clay has a lot of nutrients in it, but the problem with clay is that the particles are much smaller than a grain of sand, so it compacts, and it when it sticks together, well, clay is poor. It's usually poor draining. That's the problem with clay. The drainage is poor. My garden beds are mostly raised beds because of it. Wow. Yeah, not here. Lori's World. It's very fast draining soil here. Have you seen them more recently? I've seen them, but not a lot of them. I just didn't know they were stink bugs. The giant form native 2 years and is cold hardy. Some of the strains further north shade. Yeah, I don't know. We have a bunch of different species of opuntia growing in our garden. I don't know. We have humifusa, but I don't know of all the other ones, the specific names of them, the species names, but we have a lot of opuntias, and they all seem to do really well. That means clay can be turned into a building. Yes, it can. You can add stuff with it. You can add amendments to clay, right? So anyway, Jesse, try opuntia humifusa. Clay is bad for cool climates because more plants in these northern climates will succumb to root rot than winter cold kills them. That's the way it works. Okay, so if you live on coastal Pacific Northwest and you have clay soil, you dig a hole in that clay soil, it's a perk test, and you fill the hole up with water, and you go in and have a cup of tea, and you come back out 15 minutes later, and there's still water sitting in that hole. Well, what do you think it's doing around your palm tree all winter long? Right? Or whatever you've put in there, your peony or something else, your lilac, it's sitting around the roots and it's not good for the plant. It's basically like putting something in a pot with no drainage holes. It's going to fill up and it's going to fill up with water and it's going to root rot it, right? How many species of monkeys is there on Salt Spring Island? Monkeys? No monkeys here. Porch monkeys. Okay, so my winters are cool and very short, but I have particularly long, hot summers. And you have clay. Right. Interesting. But clay can be amended. right? I know Trachycarpus will grow in clay. I bet you sable miner grows in clay too. Sable miner, I think, likes clay and they like moisture. My uncle told me they used to have monkeys. No monkeys here. You know what? Maybe monkeys before the Ice Age. I've never heard of monkeys on Salt Spring Island. Just porch monkeys. That's the only monkeys. Don't ever say that's. Is it really? No way. We call porch monkey kids. You know what porch monkeys are? Kids, little kids. That's what we call them. Like when we went to a daycare, we were working, putting in a playground. We call them porch monkeys. No way. Are you serious? You're kidding me. That's what we always call them. Unreal. That's what we call kids here. That is really. I've never heard of that, Palm Nation. Up this way, they're like little kids running around, like your little monkeys, and they hang out on the porch, right? You usually have a gate across the porch, and yeah, no, I never heard of that. Never ever heard of that. Play the banjo, right? No, never ever heard of it as referred to a term that like racial. We've always heard it just said like they're just little kids. That's very interesting. So I got to watch what I say here. I never heard of it. Wow. Very, very interesting. I just learned something new. Huh. Yeah, we always thought just kids, and you put a gate up on the porch, you keep those little monkeys from escaping the porch. It's like having a fenced yard, right? Keep the kids in there and put a gate on it so they don't take off and run out onto the road. Huh. Yeah, that's new to me, man. I better Google that now. I've never ever heard of that. I've heard of other terms used for it, but if it's a racial slur, I wouldn't say it for sure. Yeah, never. And you've heard of it, Jesse. Man, I've never heard of it up here. That's really strange. Must be like a southern thing or something. You should learn to play the banjo like dueling banjos. Yeah, that term. Lazy. Oh, really? Interesting. I never heard of that. Huh. Abstract Tom sent a link. I don't know what the link is. I can't click on the link because it will it'll be off my it'll go to somewhere else. Now I actually have to look that up. Okay, so if I offended anybody, I apologize. I'm looking this up now. Oh wow, it is too. Unreal. I had no idea. My apologies. Yeah, it does. Urban Dictionary. Interesting. Holy cow. I won't be using that anymore. Note for reading, because I got two fake lenses. I got two artificial lenses in my eyes, right? I've had lots of eye surgeries. I've had 2 eye surgeries on that one. Actually, 3 eye surgeries on that one. I've had detached retina, and then I had a new lens, and then I had laser on top of it, and then I had a new lens put in this one. So I got 2 fake lenses, 2 fake eye lenses. They took my eye lenses out under the knife, put me under the knife, take the eye lenses out, put fake lenses in. I got silicone eye lenses. I guess they're made out of silicone. I don't know what else they'd make them out of. Maybe silicone. Not too sure. Not too sure. Wow. Anyway, I apologize for if I offended anybody, because that I have never heard of that as a racial slur before. But now I know. So now I won't be. Now I just call them monkeys. I will just call them monkeys. Huh. But yeah, no, I have to wear these for reading, because if I take them off, it's blurry, man. Now I can see. I can see long distance without them, but close up I can't see. I went to a Dollar General at a beer, and there was a family of meth heads arguing at the cash. Oh no, God, that's one thing you don't see here on our island. You never see any meth heads. You don't see that. Lots of people smoke pot, but you don't see any of that stuff. But you will see those people in Victoria and in some of the bigger cities. Long distance. Yeah, my long distance is awesome. Short distance, no good. I can read license plates, I can read signs, this and that, but close up. So I guess they call that, is that nearsighted? Nearsighted, I guess. You wear contacts, yeah. Yeah, I actually got lens replacements, so you can't tell, but they actually operated on my eyeballs. Isn't that crazy? You go in for an eye operation, and they actually freeze your eye. They cut open your eye. They pull, and you're awake when they do it, man. What would be your opposite channel name? Jungle Joe C. That's my other YouTube channel, Jungle Joe C, but I'm banned for that one. I should be able to post videos on there again, Hopefully tomorrow. They banned me for 1 week from posting. I can't upload any videos for 1 week, and I think that was last Friday. So tomorrow I can actually stop uploading some video gates again. But that's annoying. I got banned for a video that was on there for about 5 years at least, and for some reason it offended somebody, and they didn't like it, and they said, you got a strike against you. It's like, whatever. I already got another strike on. The strike will go away in May, but it says you are banned for posting for a week. I meant like if you Arctic plants instead of trop. If you like Arctic plants, like what would you opposite banana be called? Arctic plants. Banana J. Arctic plants. Banana J. I meant if you like Arctic plants instead of tropical plants. Yeah, but Arctic plants. I like Arctic plants, but I don't want any of them in our garden. Arctic. Let's just see. Gardening with. Let's just see. Gardening with plants for the north. No, gardening with. You can't grow subtropical plants in the north. We're north of here. The Arctic Gardener. Hey, the Arctic Gardener. How about that? Hey, Mike, the Arctic Gardener. Actually, that'd probably be a good YouTube channel. Wonder if there's a YouTube channel called the Arctic Gardener. Huh, that'd be interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, so anyway, Jesse, I'll be back on Icicle SSI. Yeah. No, I didn't see any icicles this year. Not often I see icicles here. Subscribe to Midwest Gardener on YouTube. Subscribe to Midwest. Is he good? Midwest Gardener. So what state is he in? What do you consider the Midwest? Would that be like Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska? Is that the Midwest? Are those the Midwest states? Iowa? Yes. Okay. That's what I thought. Icicle JLNS. Yeah. Icicle JLNS. Wisconsin. Is Wisconsin part of the Midwest too? I had no idea. Interesting. I'm so bored that I kind of would like to shoot a video of a rad storm, a rainstorm in real life, a rainstorm. Oklahoma is considered in the Southwest. Oh, it is, eh? Interesting. Oklahoma is Southwest. Okay. Well, we're Pacific Northwest. I mean, Seattle's Pacific Northwest. We're Southwest coast of BC, but we're still Pacific Northwest. We're all Pacific Northwest. Oregon, Washington, and even South Coastal BC is all same stuff. It's all North Pacific. North Pacific. We're in the North Pacific or Pacific Northwest, right? And then I don't know what they call that north of us once you get up into Alaska. Have you ever been to Portland? Yes, I've never been to the Japanese Garden, but I've been to Portland many times. Yeah. So I like Portland. It's a nice city. Very nice city. I like Oregon. Oregon's a very nice state. I really like the Oregon coast, man. It's freaking awesome. I really can't wait to go back there again. So when Biden lifts the mandates, I'll be able to travel to the States again. I miss traveling to the States. And I would really like to do a road trip down to the Oregon coast. I'd love to shoot some videos, YouTube videos of the date palms in Oregon, because there's so many beautiful date palms in Oregon. There's so many cool plants, not in all of Oregon. I'm talking the southwest corner of Oregon, down in Brookings and Gold Beach. There's some really cool plants. And for people that love palms, and, especially palms that grow in northern climates, it is pretty mind-boggling for someone to come across a huge date palm. Rad storm, a radioactive thunderstorm that happens in the fallout. Games in the sky of nuclear fallout. Hey, what's going to happen? So I haven't heard any more, speaking of nuclear fallout. What's happening with those Russian ships and all that? Is there anything happening? I don't really watch the news. Is there anything happening with the Russian warships and all that? And because they said they're off the coast of the U.S., and there's going to be a nuclear war. Old Joe, that old fashioned. You like my phone? I'm old school, man. That is an old phone from the 60s, that one. Works too. Totally works. Indiana Dunes has the greatest beach in the entire Great Lakes. Indiana Dunes, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I know. That'd make quite the video, wouldn't it, eh? Russian missiles going overhead. So uh, balloons. So they shot down. I think there was how many balloons did they shoot down now? 3. How do you work that old phone? How do you work that old phone? You can't speed dial on that old phone. That is an awesome old phone. I bought that one at a garage sale for $10 about 10 years ago. It was sitting in there and I says, "Does it work?" He says, "Absolutely." "How much?" $10. Was it $10 or $5? You know what? I think it was $5. I paid $5 for it. It wasn't $10. It was $10 and I offered him 5 for it. He says, "Okay." So I took it. It works just as good as any new phone. And the Joe Biden is one rad away from becoming a feral ghoul. He's as bad as the guy we have here, man. He is a great YouTuber. The Barefoot Gardener is a great YouTuber. Well, I wonder if I subscribe to his channel. I better subscribe to his channel. The Barefooted Gardener. I must have. Let's just see. I'm going to find this right now. The Barefooted Gardener. There we are. I think I am subscribed to it. The Barefooted Gardener. Barefooted Gardener's on my list. Barefooted Gardener's on my list. Yeah, that's cool. And a good thumbnail there, too. And Barefooted Gardener's in New York. Very cool. Anyone who's ever played any of the Fallout games will laugh at it. Yeah, I've never, it's been years since I've ever played a video game. My kids used to have like PlayStation and Xbox. So they'd play lots of video games. And sometimes it'd actually be playing with other people somewhere else in the world, right? It's all hooked up through the internet, I guess. I don't know. Russia and China are definitely working together on something. That's scary, man. Oh, God. Just as scary as the guy running our country. Subscribe to Plants and Things on YouTube. Plants and Things. I'm subscribed to so many channels. Maybe I trust Russia more than Ukraine. Yeah, so do I. Good Google Fallout for feral Google. Tell me Biden is nearly one of those things. Biden, I don't know, man. That guy's getting pretty old. I'm sure pretty soon they're going to wheel him into an old folks home. He's got to be 80 years old. I think he's like the oldest president, right? Oldest president for sure. And I agree with you, Jesse. I don't know. It's pretty crazy what's going on in the world right now. It's crazy what's going on in Canada. I watched something with Joe Rogan the other day talking about the dictator of Canada, right? And Joe Rogan says it like it is. I like Joe Rogan, and he's going on about Justin Trudeau and just what the dictator is. And just Joe Biden is 79 years old. So he's getting up there, man. And I'm pretty sure that guy is kind of losing it, right? He's King Justin. Yeah, he thinks he's a king. He's a tyrant. That's what he is. He's a tyrant. He's just not a good guy running this country, man. He's just unbelievable. It's hard to fathom that we have that guy in power here, man. You actually remind me of Joe Rogan a bit. Joe Rogan. I like Joe Rogan. You remember? You know what? I don't know if you remember. He used to be on Fear Factor. He used to be the host of Fear Factor. Classified files Biden stole as vice president. He used Hunter Biden to sell those. That's unbelievable, man. He's so corrupt. Corrupt, just like the guy that's running our country. He is very corrupt. Very, very corrupt. It's just downright evil, man, that they can actually do that to a country. Being the president would be the hardest job. It would be. I'm just, you guys are lucky you got your Second Amendment. We don't. And that's what I wish Canada had. I wish we had a Second Amendment. That's how 50 million? Biden is worth 50 million? What? No way. Both named Joe, both bald. Is he actually, is Joe Rogan Italian? You're kidding. I had no idea. Wow. I had no idea, Joe. I like Joe Rogan because he does say it like it is. And I'm still waiting for my shirt. I got the shirt. I bought a nice American shirt with an American flag on it. And when it comes, I'm going to be doing a live stream with my shirt with the American flag on it. You're going to like it. Some people might get offended. I really don't give a crap. Joe, go Google feral ghoul. You'll see how Joe Biden is almost things. Feral ghoul. Feral ghoul. I've never heard of a feral ghoul. Feral ghoul Fallout. Let's just see images. Oh, God. Those look pretty freaky, man. Feral ghouls look pretty freaky. Doesn't even have a first. No, that sucks, man. We need a Second Amendment. I like the states where you can open carry. Does anyone else have a hard time distinguishing between Joe Rogan and Dana White? Dana White. Who's Dana White? Canada people have went to jail for jokes in Canada. People have went. Isn't that crazy? That is unbelievable, man. Trudeau. I will never be silenced. I will never buy into the bull crap that this government is pushing on people. I'm sorry, man. I will never, ever. I was born and raised here. It's always been a free country. I'm not going to let that complete fool, I could say worse, but I'm not going to. But he wants to bring in Bill C-11 and he wants to censor the internet. So a lot of things I say on here will probably be censored. Dana White stated UFC fight. Oh, really? I never heard of her. Dana White. Dana White is the president, looks like. Oh, really? JL was a big Trudeau fan. Oh, yeah. He says he is. He probably isn't. They're highly in being exposed to so much radiation, their brains rotted away. Yeah, they look pretty scary, man. Pretty scary. I Googled the images of them feral ghouls. I'm pretty sure I saw a picture of Biden in there, too. Maybe Trudeau, too. The reason why they're usually aggressive towards the player in the game. Would love to see JL fight in the. Oh, yeah. I'd like to see him. I'd like to just see who he is. Do you have a lava lamp? No. No, you know what? We used to have lava lamps many moons ago. Many moons ago, we had lava lamps. Those things were popular back in the day. And then I think Wendy might have had one quite a few years ago. I do remember her having a lava lamp, but I think it's gone now. She got rid of it. JL versus Joe celebrity boxing match. Be awesome. No gloves. Don't like gloves. I might have some in my bag here, in my martial art bag. There are non-feral ghouls who took ugly and completely okay mentally. Yeah, well, he's not okay mentally, I don't think, Biden. I don't think. You guys are lucky down the States, too, because how long is it, like 2 years your president runs? Like, how long is a presidential term? Is it 2 years or 4 years? Like, ours can stay for 5 years. The prime minister, the crime minister can stay for 5 years, 4 years. We still have 2 years left of Trudeau, man. The damage that guy is going to do to Canada is unbelievable, man. People need to wake up. No gloves. No gloves. Presidential term is 4 years. So how many more years does he have left? There are no term limits. So isn't that I thought there was 5, Jesse. They can be unbelievable. So that means he can keep on going. I thought after 5 years you have to have an election. I thought that's the way it works, and then he could get voted in again. But he can't just keep on running. We have to have an election, right? So in 2025 we're going to have an election and hopefully get rid of the schmuck, or hopefully before that, and he could get voted back in again and run for another 5 years. Isn't that the way it works? We have reached a great, but at least answer the question: what is a woman? Oh, really? But they can keep running every time. That's crazy, man. Trudeau is just on a power trip. I honestly have never hated anybody more than that man. I can't even watch that guy speak. America, they've all allowed. Yeah. I like the way they do it in the States. My mess with banana moment of the day. Banana wiener JSSI. My mess with the Joe moment of the day. In Canada, they could serve for life. That's crap, man. That's BS. That is absolutely BS, man. I just think that is so wrong. I'm amazed that guy can actually walk out there in public, Justin, and somebody hasn't attacked that guy yet. Technically King Charles could remove Trudeau. Yeah, but would he? I don't know. He's probably just as bad. He's probably part of the WEF. Illinois is considered the worst U.S. state to live because of Chicago. But really? I heard Arkansas is a really good state to live in. It's the free state. I saw the governor speak. It's a woman, and she's just all about freedom. She's just like the lady running Alberta. You should declare yourself a king of sovereign country of Salt Spring. I wish we would. I wish Salt Spring Island would frickin' separate. You know, there was actually a group on this island years ago, and they wanted to become independent. So that's why we have a flag. That's why we have our own currency. They made a coin. There was things to put on your license plate. There was actually cards that put in your wallet, a resident of Salt Spring resident card. I have all that stuff. Salt Spring, there was a big group here, a movement to separate us from the rest of Canada. and like Guernsey off the coast of England. There's these. I don't know if they're sovereign, but they're kind of separate, right, Cal? Like Guernsey and Jersey, aren't they kind of separate from England? Can you legally? Yes, you can on Salt Spring Island. Absolutely, it's totally legal tender, man. It is totally. This is totally legal tender on our island. I just got some the other day. You can use it at the stores here. That's Salt Spring Island currency. That's some. It goes to $100 bills too. Goes 1 to 100, right? Denominations 1 to 100, and there's I mean that's a 1, right? That's a $1 bill, and then that's a $2 bill, $2 bill, and then that's a $5 bill. See, it says Salt Spring on the top. Salt. There's the island, has the latitude on it and longitude, and yeah, so they're pretty cool banknotes. What's your opinion on Alberta separating? I think it's great, man. I think they're smart. If the new Italian prime minister seems pretty great, that's cool too. Maybe I should move to Italy. Technically, the royal family own the UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and the territories, so we're all under dictate. It's terrible, man. G7 countries. What's your opinion on Alberta? Yeah, I think it's great. I hope they separate. Why are all the suggest videos on this stream 9/11 videos? 9/11 videos. No, they're not on this one. On this stream, Guernsey and Guernsey have slightly different laws, but I could move there if I wanted to with my passport. And nothing. Wow, I heard it's a cool place over there. The economy in my state sucks. Well, Canada is so far in debt now because of the dictator, right? We're going to call him a dictator. He's a dictator. Everybody knows him as a dictator around the world. We actually have a dictator ruining. I'm not even going to say running. He's ruining our country. And I'm glad I live here on this island far, far away from Ottawa. Far, far away. I'm glad I live closer to the States. But you know, the problem is Washington, Oregon, and California are just as bad as BC. BC is a bad province right now because the people that are running this province think the same way as a dictator. Yeah, exactly. And it's funny when you spell it that way, because I said that on a Facebook comment and somebody said the same thing. He says, Joe, you spelled dictator wrong. And he spelled it the same way you did. He's a friend of mine too. He says, that's the way you spell dictator. He's a piece of work, man. Have you ever seen that guy speak? It's like he lies through his teeth. He's like reading a script or something, a WEF script. Yeah, it's not good what he's done to this country. It's just very, very sad. It's hard for me to fathom what is going on here, man. Have you seen they're trying to? No way. Healthcare, really? Wow. Well, my medical and dental and all my benefits will kick in. I just filled out the forms for them yesterday or the day before, and they're going to kick in. I filled them in on Monday or Tuesday, so they should kick in a couple of weeks. I'll be full coverage at work. Have you seen? I didn't know they're trying to privatize it. So you won't be able to pay to get physio, etc. No way. Really? Privatize it? Mine's covered at work. It looks like he's made out of recycled moldy cheese. I just don't like him, man. He angers me every time I see him. At least you don't live. Yeah, North Korea would suck. Not privatize. They're trying to make private care illegal. Private care, really? Private? You mean like private home care for old people? Is that what you're talking about? Like when nurses come in to give you older people home care? Is that what you're talking about? Wow. In World War II, U.S. gave UK weapons, but we fully paid them back. Ukraine do the same. Guess you shouldn't send weapons to the poorest country in Europe. Yeah, I know. It's crazy what's going on over there too, man. Yeah, have you seen they're trying to ban all private health care? Unreal. Oh, the government is just so evil. I have private health care because free health care is awful. Yeah, really? Yeah, mine's not mine. I don't pay when I go to the doctor. Hey, greetings from Boise. Hey, I mailed your thing today, Gem State Tropics. So let me know when it arrives. So remember, I mailed it today. It is February 16th. First thing this morning, Stephen, I dropped your envelope in the mail. So let me know when it arrives, please. I mailed 3 packages today. I mailed some palm seeds to Sarnia, Ontario. I mailed you something to Idaho, and then I mailed Wendy's her sister's birthday card. in North Korea, you are forced to serve 2 years in the military to spend. Isn't that crazy? Oh, North Korea, that would be an awful place. No, like how if you need an MRI or you pay get one private clinic, they're trying to make that illegal. Wow, really? Like, oh, okay, I see how it works now, Jesse. My company provides insurance for me and my family. That's what mine is too. Mine provides all of that, and I'm only 3 days a week, which is cool. Can't wait. Yeah, it should hopefully be there. I hope it gets a week, but don't count on it. In the UK, healthcare is the free, but the free healthcare is awful. Die, they wouldn't send an ambulance. No way. Wow. But we've all been lied. North Korea, man, I would not want to live there. Be awful being there. You'd have to escape. They said 15 more minutes and he would have died. Wow, that's crazy, Cal. I bet if these politicians needed care, oh, absolutely. They fly their private jets everywhere too. They talk about global warming and this and that and not burning off fuels and everything going electric, yet they fly their private jets everywhere and burn off freaking millions of gallons of freaking jet fuel. UK Palms has left the building. He's gone. Or he could be watching. He could be watching. JL has left the building. JL is no longer. Well, JL could be watching too. He can still watch. We know he's watching. Just watching. It's okay to watch, UK Palms. It's okay to comment, whatever you want to do. But yeah, it's just terrible what's been going on in the world, and it's just, I wish it would go back to the way it was. It's crazy what's happened in the last 4 years. December 2019, I think that's when it all kind of started. Maybe January 2020 when it all really got going. Got to drive home from work. I'll be listening. Okay, cool, man. Thanks, Gem State Tropics. He's training for your fight while he watches you. Yeah. Tell him not to put his guard down. Keep the guard up. Yet those same people don't take private jets when they fly. Yet those same people say they don't take private jets and only fly. Yeah, I know. They're just so hypocritical. Yeah. I think Brennan ate a banana the wrong way and hence. Yeah, I haven't heard. I don't know. I mean, he sent you a video or he sent you a spoof on you know what, but I don't know. I just haven't heard from that guy lately. Watch out for bananas, Brennan. I wish we could go back to December 31st, 2019. That's actually when I first heard of that Chinese flu. You know that? Yeah, was I in Maui? I just got back from Maui. I think I just got back from Maui. That was my last trip to Maui. It was December 2019. And I still cannot travel to the U.S. until they drop the mandate. So has Biden dropped the mandates yet? Have they actually dropped them? Or are they going to drop them in May? Because they were talking about it. I remember at the start of the news would cover it and said, you're racist. You don't worry about it. The Democrats said to come. Oh, it's sickening, man. You know what the virus is? The news, man. News is the virus. That's what it is. Listening to CBC, Communist Broadcasting Corporation. They're trying to take away our freedom of speech. So when everything gets censored, I will not be able to talk the way I do on here. Then Trump repeated what the media said, and the media did. 180, all of a sudden we're terrified. Oh, yeah, absolutely. At the start, only conservative channels and Rebel News were covering it. Yeah, I like Rebel News. I'm conservative. So my new shirt that I'm getting, for those of you who don't know the new shirt that I bought, it says unvaccinated, it says conservative, it says meat eater, and it says gun owner. And it says, is there anything else I can say to offend you? And it's got an American flag on it. I got the one with the American flag on it. There's one with a Canadian flag, but I'm not very happy with Canada right now. So I got the one with the American flag because I'm actually, I wish the Americans would come in and liberate Canada. I wish the U.S. military would come and liberate us from this government. Warning, Banana Joe has been exposed. He's from the planet Mars. I'd like to be on Mars right now and out of here. People like should buy a bunch of private islands nearby and declare them independent countries. No kidding. Well, I'm glad I live on this island, and I'm glad there's always fresh food around, lots of deer meat, because if they had their way, they will. Are you drinking beer, Palm Nation? I know you don't smoke pot. Meat eaters. Yeah, I'm a meat eater. See, they want us to eat crickets. The WEF wants everybody to eat crickets. They don't want anybody to eat meat anymore. That's their plan, is to get everybody eating crickets and living in 15-minute cities. That ain't going to happen. Never going to ever comply to nonsense. I will never eat crickets. I will always eat meat. I'm a meat eater. That's just the way I am. If people want to be vegetarian, be a vegetarian. I really don't give a rat's you know what. But I'm a meat eater. Have you ever seen superstores? No way. That's gross, man. Yeah, I don't shop at Superstore. I only shop at our store because I get a 30 to 40% off discount on all groceries. If the US invaded Canada, I wonder how many minutes. Oh, I wish they would, man. I wish US would take over Canada right now, man. I would help out. I would invite those US Marines in and soldiers in for a cup of coffee and maybe even cook them up some dinner. And I would say, please liberate us from this evil freaking dictator. Yeah, that's gross, man. I'm glad I don't eat that stuff. I rarely eat chips. Just, yeah, they're no good for you. Crickets. I heard they're really bad for you. Parasites in some of them. There was a protein powder that was made from crickets and shark in the Shark Tank. Really? And I wonder somebody probably bought it too, I bet. Honestly, we need to make a system like food and kosher food. Cricket food. Yeah, it's bad, man. No crickets for this guy. You know what crickets are good for? Feeding your reptiles. If you got lizards, I used to have lizards. I used to feed them crickets. Crickets are not like, I don't want to eat crickets, man. I'm sorry. Not going to happen. So if they took away all the meat and stuff and took it out of the stores, I'm going to go hunting. I'm going to have to kill and grill deer. That's okay. I can do that. And they said in Edinburgh, Scotland, they've already banned meat in schools, hospitals, and old folks' homes. I have a friend that lives there. She messaged me. She says, Joe, in Edinburgh, Scotland, they banned meat in schools, old folks' homes. Crickets smell, yeah, they're gross. The crickets are gross, man. In pet stores, they don't recommend feeding your reptiles and vertebrate crickets and locusts because they do. Oh, God. Is that right? So they're bad for them. I've seen videos of dentists talking about how the lack of meat we eat today is causing poor. Yeah, I like to eat meat. Wendy loves steak. Wendy loves fish. She likes all that stuff. My mom vegan, friend raised her kids vegan. They have a lot of, oh yeah, vegans always look sick to me. You know how you always know they're a vegan or vegetarian? Let you know. I always find vegans and vegetarians always let you know that they are a vegan or vegetarian. I don't let everybody know I'm a meat eater. You guys know I'm a meat eater. I don't go around telling, hey, I'm a meat eater. But vegans and I'm a vegetarian. Who cares? I really don't care if you're a vegetarian or not. That's nice, but you don't need to tell me. I've seen videos about deserts in South. Yeah, there is deserts in Saskatchewan, Scotland. Scotland is the wokest. Oh God! And Wendy loves Scotland. Wendy's Scottish Irish. She's been there. I've never been, but she likes Scotland. She likes the landscape. She likes the history of Scotland. I don't know if she'd like to live there. Our friends live in Aberdeen, so they used to live on Salt Spring, and they moved to Aberdeen about 10 years ago. So they're in Aberdeen, Scotland. They work and live in Aberdeen. I went vegan for a week. I was trying to lose. I could never be vegan, man. I have to eat a lot, and I have to eat meat pretty much every day. I eat meat. Last night we had ribs. The night before we had ribs. Wendy did some great crock pot ribs. Crock pot ribs in them all day, and a can of beer. Put a can of beer in there, and the can of beer really, really tenderizes those ribs. I couldn't be vegan. Wouldn't work for me, man. Even if the government told me to, ain't gonna work. With vegan, you can't eat anything animal products. You can't eat cheese. I don't like milk anyway, but you can't drink milk. You can't eat fish. Anything, you don't eat any animal. If you're vegan, everything's all vegetables. The main Scotland is literally called the liberal dem. Oh God, awful. Lose way more weight eating lots of meat because protein. Yeah, our friend is on that diet and she's lost a lot of weight. What do they call that one? It's just meat. That's all she eats is meat. The nearest forest to me 6 hours away. Wow. Is that right? We got forest all around us, man. It's just, our island is forest from one end to the other. It's just solid forest. Of course, there's farmers' fields and stuff too, but forest. Did you know beans don't have any more protein than bread? Really? It is impossible to get enough protein on a vegan diet. Is that right? I always thought beans were lots of protein. That is very interesting. If you're vegan, you can drink almond milk. If you are vegan, you can. Yes, you can. I do actually drink almond milk, and I put it in my Cheerios because I don't like milk. I really don't like milk. If I have a coffee, which is very rare that I ever have a coffee, I don't drink coffee much, right? I will put some cream in my coffee. but I've never liked milk. Even growing up as a kid, I've never liked milk. I've always just kind of grossed me out. Yeah, beans having lots of protein is vegan. Is it really? Is I had no idea. And I like beans. I mean, I like chili. Do you guys like chili? A good pot of chili or baked beans. You don't like coffee? Yeah, no. I mean, I can drink it, but I drink tea every day. I drink nettle tea with mint in it. I drink stinging nettle tea. I harvest it myself, the nettle. I like chocolate milk, but only sometimes. I drank that a little bit when I was a kid, So if I had to have milk, I'd put chocolate in it, the Nestle's Quick stuff, but not even often. And then we had the strawberry stuff too. You'd put with it and mix it in, but I just wasn't a milk kid. I didn't really like it. It didn't do me well. It's just something that just kind of grossed me out. But I love chili. Chili, homemade chili is so good. And you make that in a big pot of it and usually lasts a couple of days. And I like beef in it. You put ground beef in the chili, put some chili peppers in there, and all different types of beans. Oh, God, it's good. If I ever come to the point where all countries are forcing people to eat insects, I'm buying private island. That's what I am here, Cal. Trust me, I am too. That's the way I am here. Don't worry. We'll say locked and loaded. I'm ready to kill and grill any deer that walks on my property if I have to. We have rabbits. We have deer here. Tons of deer, tons of rabbits. And we also have wild turkeys on Salt Spring. And we also have lots of quail. Tons of quail all over our island. And we have lots of seafood. I can go fishing anytime. I can go across the street, throw a crab trap in and catch a crab right off across the street from us here. And we have lots of oysters, mussels, clams, and fish. So there's always food around. You can even eat seaweed if you have to. A few times over the years, you're just not a coffee guy. Yeah, my wife loves coffee. Wendy loves coffee. If it ever comes to the point of declaring as an independent country, cool. That'd be cool. Right, a private island. Nice. Maybe we will have to hunt those invasive wallabies. Yeah, can you eat wallabies? I wonder. Yeah, you guys got wallabies. That's crazy. V8 juice is good. I like V8 juice too. That is actually, I can drink that. Not a problem. That's like a tomato juice with all the vegetables in it, a V8 juice, right? It's got 5 different types or 8 different types of vegetables or something in it. Isn't that what it is? Is that why they call it a V8? Vegetable 8 juice. They've been making that stuff for years. So that's good stuff for you. Tomato juice is good too. But V8, yeah, I'll drink that. And but mostly water. Mostly, and I drink a lot of sparkling water, like I say too. But I will never resort to eating bugs like the WEF says you're going to eat insects. You're going to have nothing and be happy. I guarantee these WEF guys will not be eating insects. I guarantee Klaus Schwab and his puppets, like Trudeau and all those other pieces of garbage, will be eating steak and lobster like they usually do. I like the low sodium. Yes, low sodium's good. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten? I would say and I'll eat anything. Like I'll try anything. And I have tried insects before, but I won't eat them again. I've eaten crickets when I was in Hawaii. I just wanted to try it. They say whiskey's good for you too. I'm sure everything in moderation there, barefooted gardener. I think the duck egg, the Chinese duck egg is probably the strangest thing I've eaten, or ram balls, like off a male sheep, the balls, cook them up and eat them. I've eaten those before too. But I would say the duck egg, the fermented rotten duck egg. I've eaten it a couple of times. The first time I tried it was 1980 when I was 16. A friend of mine I worked with brought it for me. And then I tried some. Did I try it here? I think I might have tried one here too, probably 30 years ago. It's been a long time. So the first time I tried it when I was a teenager. And then I tried, like I say, ram balls off male sheep. Cook those up. Those are good, actually. Another good diet I'm doing now is alternate day testing. Eat whatever you want. 0 calories. Oh, interesting. Okay, cool. I eat lots because I burn it off. Like seriously, when I get out of bed, I start exercising. The minute I get out of bed, I'm doing. First, I do these things. I do those things on my hand. I do about 50 of those. Those exercises, and then I do like 120 crunches, and then I do like 30 push-ups, and then I go into the gym and I work out. So I work out before I go to work. That's what I do. Humans can go way longer without eating than people think. I bet you. You need water though. Yeah, bugs are disgusting. Lots of water. We all need water. So you can go longer without food than you can go water. Yeah, I don't know why people they think it's going to save the planet or something. More people eating bugs. Did you know obese people can go over a year without eating? No way. Really? I didn't know that. And how obese do they have to be? What do you consider obese? Like, what's the weight of an obese person? I don't know. Like, are we talking like 300 pounds, 400 pounds? Like, if you're like 6'5" and 300 pounds, that's not necessarily obese. But if you're like 5'6" and 300 pounds, that would be obese, right? But if you're really tall, like Andre the Giant, and 500 pounds, he's not obese, he's just big. The longest anyone went was 380 days, over a year. The Salt Lake in 5 years. Oh, that's sad. He was like 300 pounds. Holy cow. Wow. I'm 195 pounds. 300 pounds is big. Wow. That is, and I mean, 300 pounds, but how tall was he? How big was the guy? If he was like 6'5", well, 300 pounds might not be that much if he's like, like just a big, heavy set dude, right? But like I say, if he's a shorter guy and he's like, my height, 300 pounds, he's going to be huge. He could be fat. That's going to be obese. That is good water. Good water. Anyway, maybe I'll go to, what time should I go to? I can go for another 20 minutes. The average person, though, can go easily a week without eating. Oh, God, I couldn't do it, man. I could not do it. Like, I get hungry every day. Like, I'm always eating. That's all I do is eat, 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 eat. And the thing is, I just don't gain weight because I burn it off. I really don't. I burn everything off, and I'm going fast. I got a high metabolism. I'm super high strung. I go, 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 go. One guy once weighed 1,400 pounds. Yeah, that was the heaviest guy in the world, wasn't it? He was in the Guinness Book of World Records. How much does Shaq weigh? See, that guy's big. You look at the guy, what is he, 6'6" or something? 6'7", or is he even bigger? So that guy could weigh 300 pounds, right? I'm guessing. How big is that? How tall is that guy? So if you're a 6'5" dude and you're 250 pounds, that's probably the right weight for that height, I'm sure, right? But if you're like 5'2" and 300 pounds, that's not the right weight for that height. Yeah. Just got home, Gem State Tropics. Did you just get home from work? Wow. I got home just after 4 o'clock. It was a good day today. 324 pounds. Holy cow. Big dude, man. Big dude. It's like some of those wrestlers. Have you ever seen those pics of American beaches in the 80s? I probably have. Not a fat person inside the Salt Lake, Utah will be dried up. That's not good, Abstract Tom. Not good. Not a fat person in sight. Now normally I don't make it. Midnight let up. Wow. That's cool. Thanks for joining in the live stream. And I know you'll let me know when that letter arrives for you. And I did put in one of Wendy's new stickers for you. So Wendy's new stickers just came in time. Yesterday they arrived. They're super cool. She designed them, hummingbird stickers, and they say Salt Spring Island on them. You're the first one to ever get one of those stickers. You are the very first one to get one of those stickers she designed. She sells a lot of different stickers, and this is the first of its kind. She's drawn them, designed them, and then so it's in your package. Did you know the average woman today weighs more than the? No way, really? Holy cow! It's 10:30 p.m. I didn't know that, Jesse. Interesting. I'll message you on Instagram to make a video. Cool. Oh, that'd be awesome. Thanks, Steve. Cool. I look forward to it. And it should sneak through customs. The problem is if I send it a small package, which I've usually done, it has a customs sticker on it. It's got a customs label on it. Like once I put this on here, I'll show you. Let me grab this out of here. Once I put this on there, that's when they check it at customs because you have to enclose the contents of the package. So what I sent you is just a regular envelope, and it should just go right through like a greeting card or a Christmas card or a birthday card, right? So it'll slip through, and you can open up and see what's in it for you. When you go to Southern Europe, there's hardly any fat people because of is that right? That's interesting. Canada too. There's not a lot of overweight people on Salt Spring Island, especially. If you come to Salt Spring Island, lots of really in shape people. There's no fast food here, and everybody's super active year round, hiking, hanging out on the beaches, going for walks. You see so many people out here walking, hiking, running, riding bikes, right? So you don't see, it's very rare that you ever see an obese person here. Only time you see it is in the summer when the tourists come. When tourist season starts, then you see it. Visitors. The statistic is from like 2010. It's probably more worse because of the average gained 50 pounds during the lockdowns. Wow. No, I'm just saying on our island. I said on our island, Jesse, Salt Spring Island, you see lots of slim people. You don't see a lot of obese people here. Very rare because everybody here is just so active all the time. Walking, hiking, running, cycling, just I was busy doing stuff, right? So I'm saying Salt. I don't know about the rest of Canada. It's about exactly the same rate in the US when accounting. Exactly. So if you lived in a place where you're doing lots of outdoorsy things in a town, you're probably going to see lots of in shape people, lots of people that are in shape, right? And there's a lot of people here that go to the gym, but we don't have any fast food here too. And that might be a contributing factor. We don't have any fast food restaurants on our island. And I know it's really easy access. When I go over to Vancouver Island or the mainland, I was in Cloverdale, first place I hit, A&W. I'm glad we don't have them here. I like A&W, but once in a blue moon I go there. It's a treat for us, right? It is a total treat for us to go to A&W. 25% people are obese here compared to 31 in the US. I don't know what it is in Canada. I don't know how many people are obese in Canada. I'm not too sure. Jesse, how many people are obese in Canada? What's the percentage of it? Give me the dirt. Give me the dirt on obesity in Canada. Yeah, I know a couple of big people here on Salt Spring Island. Actually, one really obese person, but that's really the biggest person I know on this island. She is actually, I would say, morbidly obese. Nice person, but big girl. A&W is a good restaurant. Like, oh yeah, they're really good. In Turkey, I lost 10 pounds. Wow. So they got good food there. 99% of Saudi doesn't is obese. Funny, not a chance, man. So it's just that's one thing you see here is just you don't see that. You see lots of slim people and lots of in shape people on Salt Spring Island because I think more people here eat organics. More people on this island are really into organic stuff and earthy things, and that's what it is. And it's all a lot of people like locally grown stuff here. So you just don't see overweight people here. Really, you don't. I'm in the store working today, and it's like I don't think I saw one. Lots of people going through the grocery store, and it's like it's rare that you see a big person. It really is. You just don't see that here. They were illegal. Well, it wouldn't be a problem here because there's really not a lot of them. You know what I mean? There might be some pleasantly plump people, but you don't really see morbidly obese people here. I've seen some in the cities, but I just don't see them here. You know, and I don't know what the percentage is in Canada. I really don't know. Maybe somebody can look that up. What's the percentage of obese people this far north? Right? Maybe this is a good place to be obese, though. The farther you live north, I think the fatter you want to be because it will keep you warmer in the wintertime, right? That's got to be the truth, right? I think the bigger you are, the warmer you would be in the wintertime. Is that a fact? Or do you think that's BS? I'm fat in the bank. Good figures. Good. That's a good place to have it. Fat in the bank. I'm watching the stream on my Roku TV. That's the best place to be fat in the bank. Not me. I don't want any. I'd rather not have anything in the bank with this government because if you have anything over $100,000, they can take it out. They can take your money from you. So I would prefer to have my money somewhere else. You know what? I really prefer to have nothing in the bank here in this country. Not with these guys. Not with these criminals running it. I don't want anything in the bank. Right. So you're watching it on Roku TV. Is it a big TV, Abstract Tom? Hey, Tom, how old are you? I'm curious. Are you just a kid? Are you like an adult or are you a kid? I keep thinking you're a kid for some reason. Like, are you like a 13 or 12? Like, I keep thinking you're like in grade 7 or 8 or something like that. I don't know why I think that, but I'm thinking you're a kid. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. I'm waiting for your answer. I'm waiting. The day they froze the Leckers bank account, I withdrew. Yeah, you're smart, man. Yeah, I don't want anything in the bank. When you first mentioned obese people, I imagine. Yeah, well, I mean, I've seen people like that. I remember going to Disneyland. Holy man, there was a lot of big people when I went to uh, Anaheim. I saw a lot of big people in the fast food restaurants. I mean, not a ton of them, but a lot of them. Tom, right now, Tom, I do that too, but not right now. When you first mentioned obese people, a big fat balloon person waddling like a heavy penguin. Well, that's the way I see them too. Somebody, I mean, it's not good for you to be that big, right? I mean, it's hard on your heart. It's hard on everything. I'm in high school still. Oh, you're in high school. Okay, so you're probably what? Are you close to grade 12? Are you at the end of high school? Are you at the beginning of high school? Are you in grade 8? Are you, how do they say, a sophomore? They don't say that up here, but I know in the States they say sophomore. Um, are you close to finishing school? I'm curious. But anyway, yeah, you'll see if you ever visit Salt Spring one day, you'll be looking around. Say, try to find me an obese person. You probably won't. So I'm going to guess, Tom, you are 15. Are you 15? By the way, I like your name, Abstract Tom, better. I recognize you easier with that. Oh, you're in 11th grade. Okay. So you are 16 years old, I think. If I remember, 11th grade, was I 16? I think you're 16 or 16. When I was in, you're 17. When I was in Disneyland, some people, yeah, no, I saw that too. I remember it, Cal. Yeah, well, it's okay. Young viewers into palm trees is a good thing. It's when I was started. Wow, because I've been doing this channel for, God, this one since 2010. My first one I started in 2008. Only guy was JL in his 60s. The only old guy, yeah. So he says he's probably not in his 60s. I just realized I've probably been watching your channel for at least that long. Holy cow. Yeah. This one was early July 2010. I started it. And you know why I started it? I actually got locked out of my first channel and I could not get in for the world of me. I tried and I tried and I tried to get into my first channel and I could not. So I said, screw it. I am just going to um, start a new channel. So I started this new channel. And then I started my other channel, Jungle Joe C, in April 2012. And and then I said, you know what? I've already got, and I put there's lots of exotic plant stuff on there too. But, and there's also video gates on this channel too. Like I've been shooting video gates for a long time, for probably about 11, maybe 11 years, 12 years, maybe something like that, because there's some old ones. So I've been watching you grade 11, 7. So 5, 6, oh, 4 years, just a minute, 17, 4 years, 4 years. 11th grade, 17 years old, 21. Oh, yeah, your birthday. Isn't your birthday coming up soon, Zach? My son's is coming up. Oh, my oldest son, I just sent him a card. He's turning 32, February 21st. It's 11th grade, and I'm still figuring out whether or not I'm going college or vocational school. Yeah, do what you want, man. Yeah, whatever. You'll figure it out when the time comes. You'll figure it out when the time comes, for sure. Yeah, my oldest son's going to be 32. February 21st. My daughter's going to be 29, April 5th. And my youngest son was born in 2000. Oh, it's at the end of the year. Okay. I wish my birthday was at the end of the year. My youngest son is July 13th. Trevor will be 23 years old. He just shot a new music video. It's actually not bad. I'm not much into hip hop stuff. He's a hip hop artist and he does work, but he does hip hop and he pays to get these videos made. His new video is good, but like I say, hip hop's. I think the only hip hop band I really like, or kind of rap, or Die Antwoord from South Africa. But Trevor's got some pretty good tunes. I mean, he writes his music and he does do the videos, right? So I'm just gonna find it here if I can find it. I did have him on my channel, but I don't know where he went. Ah, he's gone. He's gone from my channel. I'm gonna find it. Hang on. Blue Naughty. No. I'm trying to find it. Hang on. Come on, guys, bear with me. Maybe that's it. Can't find it. Anyway, I'm sure some of you have seen his videos. How does he license music? Because they're on, yeah, Gem State Tropics. They're on SoundCloud too, I think, and another one. Let's just see. I'm trying to find. Yeah, he does. I think he gets paid for them. How does he license his? I'm not sure how he licenses it, but I'm going to try to find you. Your son sounds a lot like one of my favorite artists. Yeah, can you find his channel, Jesse? I can't. I can't seem to find it. I thought I had it on my thing, Blue Naughty, but I don't see it. Blue Naughty. I forget how it's spelled. Oh God, bad. That's how bad I am. I forget how his YouTube channel's spelled. Blue Naughty. Is it one word? He told me what it means. Blue. Did I get it? No. I don't know how to find it. Jesse, help me here. Yeah, he's on SoundCloud too. I gotta find you his. I don't know if you've seen his thing, Gem State Tropics, but Trevor does lots of cool videos. Oh, man, I don't know why I can't find it. Blue. I'm not finding it. Dang. He just put out a new video. It's actually a pretty good video too. There it is right there. Thank you. Okay. YouTube. There it is. Okay. There it is right there. Jesse provided a link for you, Gemstick Tropics, so you can check out Trevor's, my youngest son's music. You should grow up beehives, cylinder shaped ones. You should grow a beehive hairstyle or at least get a wig of one of those tall, smooth. No thanks, man. I couldn't even imagine hair on my head. I shave it. I don't like the feel of it. It's blue. Oh, blue naughty. Blue naughty. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, so blue naughty. Why let's see. Blue naughty. Blue naughty. Okay, let's see here. There we go. Okay. Yeah. He's been making videos a long time. He's been making videos since he was a little kid, right? And I wish he wouldn't have got rid of his videos. He got rid of all his YouTube channels from when he was a kid. Like he was like 10 years old making videos. Blue naughty. Yeah, he told me what it meant, and I forget. I have to ask him again. Maybe one time when he's here and I'm doing a live stream. He just lives over in Crofton, over on Vancouver Island, like just a 20-minute ferry ride away, right in the town, right the nearest. Did you know that odorless are dangerous than you contain nitrogen? I'm sure there's YouTube videos of that. They're a bit of information from Palm Nation. It's only on Instagram, but might be on SoundCloud. Cool. That's awesome. So you do music, eh? Gem State Tropics. Yeah, check out Trevor's channel and you can see what he does. So what type of music you do. I'm into pretty heavy music. I've always liked really heavy music, but I mean, I like all music if it's good. I'll show you who I listen to. This is the only hip hop I really like, and they're a pretty crazy band. Is I'll show you. I will show you. Diane Word. This is a crazy band from South Africa, and there's just something about them I like. They're just really wild and crazy. Let's see. Here's a link to the band I like. It's hip hop. There we go. There we are. There's a link to the Diane Word. I don't know if you heard of them. I love heavy music, but I sing from anything. Sing any music different from anything heavy. Wow, cool. I like to see it, man. Yeah, I know I like all music if it's good music. So, like I say, I'm not really big into hip hop, but I really like Die Antwoord, this band that I just posted here. There's a link. You can check out their videos. They're pretty wild band. I don't know. There's just something about them that's a bit different. They're not mainstream, and they're definitely wild, man. It's like holy cow, crazy. Excuse me, crazy videos, and I kind of like I like watching their crazy videos. It's pretty wild. There's another one too. This one right here. This one's called Pitbull Terrier, man. It's like they're kind of messed up. Maybe that's why I like them. Do you think Trevor would buy music from me? I make a large variety of instrumental music, including hip. I'm not too sure. You'd have to ask him. Yeah, you'd have to message him on his channel. Go to his channel because he's right into music, right? He's like so into doing his music thing, And I haven't seen Trevor for God since Christmas time. Last time I saw him was Christmas. I'm gonna have to see him again. What heavy bands? I've always liked Black Sabbath, Celtic Frost, Infernal Majesty. I like Rammstein, Metallica, Megadeth. I like Megadeth better than Metallica. Metal Church, Slayer, Judas Priest. Waking up early. Okay, have a good sleep. Thanks for joining in. Oh yeah, because I keep forgetting you guys are like 2 hours ahead of us. So it's like 11 there, just about 11 o'clock. Holy diner. Yeah, I'm gonna go soon. I'm already over 2 hours here. I didn't realize I was gonna live stream this long. Have you listened to Tommy? No, but I bet you it's good. And I love acoustic guitars. Acoustic guitars is really good stuff. I'll show you. Here's a band that I listen to, and I listen to a lot of old Celtic. I'll show you. Celtic Frost. Circle of the Tyrants, kind of pertaining what's going on right now today. This one right here. This is really heavy music. I think these guys are from Sweden or something. This is really heavy stuff. This song's from like 1985, I think, something like that, or 86. Only one in your time. Oh yeah, you are the only one in my time zone. Gem State Tropics is. Hey, Gem State Tropics. I always work out the band. Oh, Disturbed too. Yeah, Godsmack. I like too. Have you listened to Tommy Emmanuel or El D'Amelio? Fantastic. No, but I bet you I'd like that music. Definitely the Barefooted Gardener. Yeah, I was going to say, I think Gem State Tropics. I don't know if he's in our time zone. I think he might be in Alberta. You're in Alberta, that's right. Right. Okay. So you're same as Alberta time. 4:50 a.m. It's 8:52 p.m. here, and the temperature is 5 degrees Celsius. It's 5 degrees Celsius out here. I think it's clear out there, so it's cooler. That's why. So not too bad. But anyway, you know what? I do like all music. If it's good music, I'll listen to it. You know what I mean? Back in the day, in the 70s, I absolutely hated disco. But you know what? 45 years later, I can actually listen to disco now, and it's not that bad. 30 Fahrenheit here, not so bad. 30 Fahrenheit in Idaho, 13C there in England. So that's 56. It's 40 here, 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Going to probably get down into the 30s if it stays clear all night. No insulation from those clouds, right? No insulation. But anyway, check out Trevor's channel. Thanks, Jesse, for providing the link. I did actually have a link to it on my channel. I should actually add it. I'm going to have to go into my channel and add it on there. 37 in New York, not bad. So pretty close to where we are. Are you on, what part of New York are you? Did you say Buffalo? Are you in Buffalo, New York? Or are you like on Staten Island? Okay, I mean, New York's a pretty big state, right? Wendy's son went to New York a few years ago, absolutely loved it. And my youngest son, Trevor, went there just before the pandemic, and he loved it there too. Buffalo, cool, right on. Tonight's been the first night it's been cloudy in 3 weeks. Wow, so you've had a lot of sun. Yeah, it's been pretty dry here, and but I think we're probably in for some rain. I'll have to look at the forecast. -4 with snow, showers ending in an hour. -4 is not so bad. Good to be in the house, nice and warm. Clear skies and very cold here tonight. 30 is not too bad, but I guess it's going to drop a little cooler, right? It might drop into the 20s then, something like that, right? Yeah, we can still get cold weather here too. You know what I mean? We could still get it. We had the third sunniest January record. February has been sunny. Wow, cool. So you guys have had good weather in the UK. Yeah, to me, it's been a pretty good winter here. Like I say, we did get dumped on in December. We had our 4-day winter. And that was it. That was it. That was our winter. But we're not over. We're not done yet. And you're in Boise. Yeah, Boise, Idaho. Yeah, good place to be. I think they produce a lot of potatoes. I had potatoes for dinner, and I love potatoes. I think and Idaho produces a lot of potatoes. Zone 7A. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. 7A can get away with a lot in Zone 7A. You got to like that. That's pretty cool. Very, very cool. And there's also microclimates there too. Right? Where's Pocatello, Idaho? Is that south or north of you? Pocatello. Is that, I'm curious. I'd have to look on a map again. Like I say, that's one state I don't get to talk to a lot on my radios. I've talked there in the past many times, but it's not a state that comes in much. We have hops, potatoes, corn. We grow. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, hops too. Yeah, we have hops on Salt Spring on the south end. They grow hops. Pocatello is directly east. Okay, interesting. Is Boise the capital of Idaho? I think it's the capital, isn't it? Am I correct? Is it the capital of Idaho? Boise? I could be wrong on that. Curious. I have to look at a map and I have to bring them. UK produce lots of potatoes. Yeah, they grow lots out here too. Potatoes, blueberries, not on our island. We have tons of grapes. Cool. So you have grapes, so you have vineyards there. And they would love it there because you guys got so much heat. You get that summer heat, right? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have 5 vineyards on our island, 5 commercial vineyards, 1 commercial olive plantation. And I'm trying to think what else we grow here. Lots of hay. Lots of hay the farmers grow. Boise is the capital. Okay, there we go. Cool. So you're in the capital. Yeah, a lot of hay. No alfalfa. People have tried alfalfa, but alfalfa would grow better in Idaho. But like I say, lots of grapes, and the olives are pretty cool too. The olives are pretty amazing actually to drive past the olive plantation because it is a big 80-acre piece of property full of olives, right? And the trees are absolutely beautiful. They're silvery. They're like when you drive by 3,000 olive trees all in rows. They're just absolutely perfect on a slope. And so there's the Fulford Valleys way down here, and then you have, I pronounce vineyard as vineyards. It's vineyards here, vineyards. The vineyard growers in Champagne, France, also have been buying and making vineyards. Cool. Wow, that's awesome. Apples, peaches, and cherries popular. Yeah, so peaches people grow here in their garden, but not commercial. But here, apples, even some of the first apple trees planted in the 1800s are still going. So there's lots of wild fruit trees growing along the sides of the roads that have naturalized. This used to be British Columbia. Salt Spring Island was the fruit producing capital of British Columbia back in the 1800s and just up into the early 1900s until the Okanagan got irrigation and then they took over. But we used to be the fruit producer of British Columbia here on Salt Spring Island. So, and we grow almonds, a lot of almond trees, figs. Oh, yeah, there's a fig farm too. I forgot that. There's a big fig farm here down the road from me too. And lots of pot. There's big pot farm too. Huge pot farms here. Just down the road, there's a massive pot farm where they field grow it, right? Cherries, yeah, we grow that here, but you probably grow more peaches than us because they like that heat. But there are people that grow peaches here. We have 700 vineyards. Holy cow! Yeah, we don't have that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know of five vineyards on Salt Spring Island. At least 5 vineyards, yeah, commercial vineyards. But we're not that big either, though. Salt Spring Island's only 16.7 miles long, so it's not a massive island. Surprisingly, we don't have many figs, but You should try growing a fig, man. They'll grow where you are. Yeah, you should see that there's fig trees all over the place here. And certain time of the year when it's fig season, then you see people parked on the side of the road, roadside fig stands, right? Cherries, peaches, and apples grow here. Yes, in Pennsylvania. Do you think you could grow edible bananas? You'd have to put heat with them in the wintertime for sure. Yeah, producing pot here will lead to for really? No way. Yeah, it's totally legal here. Totally legal. Sunflower fields. People sunflowers. Actually, Tom, I shot a video of our friends' 15-foot tall sunflowers last year, which were super cool, grown in hygge culture. Have quite a few figs and try and get. Yeah, you can grow them. Try. I'm just trying to think. Is it La Tarula? No, Desert King. Try Desert King. Desert King. Desert King. Sorry, Desert. And Desert King is a pretty hardy fig, good for the North Pacific. And we grow La Tarula, Brown Turkey, Cadota, Valdez. There's a bunch of different figs that people grow here. La Tarula is really good. It's an Italian honey fig. We got a bunch of different fig trees in our garden, but I think they should work good in Idaho. I don't see why they wouldn't work where you are in Zone 7. Put them up against a south wall or something like that, and you should get figs there for sure. Absolutely. God, fresh figs are so good. I love fresh figs. And on the side of the road, roadside stands, you'll be driving along and there'll be like these giant figs. They have trays and trays of them, and they sell them for about 99 cents a fig. Well, a buck a fig. I have a Black Mission. Oh yeah, Black Mission's a good one too. Celeste, I'm sprouting a cool. That one I don't know. I know Black Mission. Cool. Yeah. Oh, not figs are so good. I wish we could grow dates, edible dates. So it's illegal to grow pot in England, eh? Yeah, Trudeau's funny, man. Taking away everybody's guns, but he legalizes drugs. He's just such a weird dude, man. Weird dude. It does. You're allowed to have meth on you. You could have heroin. He's legalized it where you can have everything. Dates taste like candy. Yes, they do. I love them. Love dates. Oh, my date palm flowers one day. It probably will. They flower. The big one by Vancouver flowers, massive. The trunk is taller than me. You know, it's a pretty big tree. I can't get my arms around the trunk. It's that fat. It was planted about 22 years ago, something like that. So it's a pretty big, pretty good sized palm now. Maybe I'll get dates off my Pindo one day. Oh, they do actually produce edible fruit. They're more round and yellow and kind of tart, but good. And I've eaten them before. A friend of mine brought some up for me from California, but another friend of mine had a big one in his front yard in Victoria, and he got lots of fruit on it, and his wife would make jelly out of it. That's hence called a jelly palm. And then he sold his place. Jeff sold his place. He was in there since 1983, a totally mature, established palm garden. I got videos of it here. 3 big jubaeas, lots of trachycarpus. He had 3, not lots, 3 trachycarpus princeps, beautiful ones. Huge mature grove of Trachycarpus wagnerianus in the front yard. They all had 20 feet of trunk on them. And he had Trachycarpus nova, mature Trachycarpus nova, sold them. Gem Pindo palm is jelly palm. Did you hear about the high school kid who got arrested in Canada for saying there are 2? Are you kidding me? Give me a break. Well, there are 2 genders, male and female. So you're born. You're either born or male or female. What's wrong with that? He's in the right. That's just crazy. San Francisco in Nancy Pelosi's direct. It's just messed up, that stuff, drugs. He got expelled and arrested. I would be that kid, Jesse. That would be me. That's what I would be like. I mean, I remember getting booted out of school. I'll never forget when I got booted out of school. So I used to be really big into firecrackers. I love firecrackers. I like things that explode, right? Firecrackers, right? So I'd go down to Chinatown and I'd buy me a brick of firecrackers or so. And then I would sell them at school to people. I'd make money. During school, I would make money selling firecrackers to people. And I'd have socks under my pants, high socks, and I'd put the firecracker packages in the socks. And I had a feeling one day, and this went on like in the month of October before Halloween, because that's when I would make the most money selling firecrackers, right? People wanted them for Halloween. So I'd buy them pretty cheap down in Chinatown and I'd make a good buck on them at school. And I just had a feeling I was going to get busted sooner or later. And so I remember hiding the firecrackers from my regular locker into my gym locker, and I covered them up with my gym clothes. And I will never forget, I was in PE class, and the vice principal came in, and he says, Joe, I want to talk to you. You know what this is about, don't you? And I said, well, I have a feeling. He says, let's go to your locker. I hear you're selling firecrackers and I want to see them. Open up your locker. And I was like, oh, thank God I moved them. And I had probably half a brick in there. So anyway, I remember opening up the locker and I said, you're not going to find anything in there. And he says, so he brought me into the principal's office, gave me a good talking to. Then I had to come back and the police came. The police came. There was two of us that got in trouble. And no, there's three of us. There was three of us. One of the kids that we sold the firecrackers to too. And I never knew who did Fink on us. So one of the kids that we sold the firecrackers to, and then one other friend of mine that was selling them. And the police were in there and they says, firecrackers are illegal. You can't be selling them at school. And what would be a suitable punishment for you kids? I think I was probably 15 or 16 years old. And I was in grade 10. And they said, what do you think is a suitable punishment? So they went to the first kid and they said, we could write an essay saying why we shouldn't be selling firecrackers at school. I said, okay. Then they went to the second kid. The second kid, well, maybe we should go on garbage. Was it garbage detail? Garbage detail and pick up garbage around the school for a week or something like that. And then they came to me. And you know what I said? It would have been about 1979 or 80. 1979 or 80. Then they came to me because I hated school. And they said, Joe, what do you think a suitable punishment for you boys would be? I said, maybe you should expel us and we could really think about what we did. We should be kicked out of school. That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said, my dream to be kicked out of school. So you know what they did? They says, okay, boys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to expel you for a week. You're suspended for a week. And we want you to write an essay, a 500-word essay on why you shouldn't be selling firecrackers in school and the dangers of firecrackers. So anyway, I'll never forget. I had to walk home that day. It was about 2.5, 3 miles home from the school. So I got kicked out and I didn't take the bus home. I walked home and I remember getting home and hopping on my dirt bike and ripping around and my buddy getting off school. And he says, Joe, what are you home early for, riding around your bike? He says, well, I got kicked out of school. He says, I got a week off now to have fun. That's what I said. So I'm ripping around on my dirt bike, an essay until the very last day I get back to school. I actually scribbled an essay together that day I got back to school and I handed it in. So that's why I got kicked out of school for selling firecrackers. So I speak my mind. And yeah, there are two genders. There's male and female. That's the way I feel. And if you don't think you are, then you're messed up in the head. You're either born a man or you're born a woman. And I was actually a man trapped in a woman's body for 9 months. And then my mom gave birth to me. You see, that's the way it works. Yeah, I was a terrible student. Yeah, I got into trouble too. That was 1979 or 80. I live in a split level house. I wish this is a split level house. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't get arrested. I just got to talk to by the cops. San Francisco, Nancy Pelosi just did. That's crazy. I have a friend. I don't think I was a terrible student, but I got into mischief. I have a friend that always got those 2-day exclusions. I argued with teachers too. You know what I mean? So it just happened. But that's the way it was for me. Kicked out of school, and it was just absolutely awesome. I got kicked off the school bus too. We had to make a board game that was educational Canadian history, and I did Prime Ministers of Canada and said it's guess who. I would have put the dictator, the crime minister Justin Castro, right? Oh, that guy, just so evil, man, just so evil. Anyway, I'm so glad I'm in the, I'm retired now, and I had fun while I was in school. It was mostly a social thing, but I worked a lot. So after schools, I'd work. Weekends, I'd work. I was a workaholic, right? And I'm still working. So I retired. I took that year off, and now I'm back working again. But 3 days a week. I only wanted to work 2. But like I said, when I went for my job interview in October, they said, Joe, if you work 3, you get benefits. So I got the benefits for Wendy, right? Wendy is happy that I got benefits, and I do have a good grocery discount. Need to head out. Yeah, I got to go too. I'm gonna head off of this thing too. I got a few things I got to do. So, Gem State Tropics, Cal, Jesse, Abstract Tom, Blast Off, everybody in there. There was a school trip to theme park. Walked away from all the teachers, never bothered. Oh my God, we did that one time too. We did a field trip to Victoria in 1980, and we got lost, and buses had to wait for us. We weren't lost. We were taking our time in the museum. That's what it was, and we got in big trouble. Things are very different. So yeah, totally different. How many hours do you work? Today I was off at 4. Yesterday I was off at 1. The day before off that I was off at 3. So anywhere from start at 9. Anywhere from up to I'm off at 1 to 5 p.m. So it's just part in a day. So today I worked 7 hours. Today I worked 7 hours. How old are you? How old are you in my dreams? I feel a lot younger upstairs, but I'm going to be 59 next month, end of next month. Sometimes I still have dreams where I'm in high school. Yeah, I've had dreams like that too. I try not to dream that I'm in school. I hated school. I didn't like school at all. I couldn't wait to be out of school. Sitting in school, I was bored. I wanted to work. I wanted to work and make money. And I did work. I worked after school. After school, I would go to work most of the time. I had a really good job working after schools and weekends, right? So I've always worked, but and I'm still working. I paid into Canada Pension for over 40 years, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. I think college is a scam. Yeah, no, I never went to. I went to Kwantlen College in Surrey to take turf management, but that was a short-term course. I turned a lot of my friends into leftist psychopaths when they pulled my friend into school the next week. Just said we were lost. Safeguarding. Right on, right on. All my kids did really good in school, and I'm proud of them. Like my oldest son does like accounting and stuff like that. My daughter works in the school system, and then my youngest son, he works at 49th Parallel and he does music. And he went to college, became a communist. Oh my God. That's the one thing you don't want to do is become a communist. What did you do after school hours? I worked, man. A lot of times I worked. If I had days off, I'd hang out with my friends, go dirt bike riding. I had motorcycles. So I always rode motorcycles. We always did fun things. Or I had a muscle car. I had a really nice car. Where's a picture of my car? I had a killer car. So I was right into muscle cars. There's my car right there. That's the car I had right there. That picture's 1983. So there's my Nova SS right there. It was a really badass car. So I was into muscle cars. So built that car up. I got that car in 1980. It was kind of a beater. Me and my dad did it frame up. So it was totally done. I'll show you a picture of the engine. There it is right there. There's my Nova. There's my Nova, man. It was a badass car. I should have kept it. Should have never sold that car, man. Never ever should have sold that car. Anyway, that's the way she goes. Can't keep everything, right? It's like my motorcycles. I should have kept all my other motorcycles too, but I didn't. Did you know that U.S. college professors are 13 Democrats? Communists, not even just. Wow, really? You know what? Community college is fine. That is fine, man. August 1983. Wow. Man, that's 40 years ago. That picture was taken just about 40 freaking years ago. I miss my car. I miss my car. I wish I had a muscle car again. If I ever won the lottery, you know what? That's what I did. I hung out, I worked, hung out with my girlfriends, and drove my car around, right? Took my girlfriends for rides in my car. That's what I did. So anyway, I should roll soon. I mean, it's getting late here, guys. It's 9:12. I'm 2 hours and 23 minutes and 48 seconds into this live stream. And I think you guys need to go to bed because it's getting late here. I can see Wendy. Maybe Wendy went to bed. Hang on. How's my wife? What are you watching?
It's great show.
What is it?
It's called the World's Toughest Race Eco Challenge.
Okay. Amazing. Wendy's watching the world's toughest race on YouTube, I guess. So anyway, you know what? I'm not like here after 12. Not like here after 12 here. Is it what time is it there? Oh yeah, you guys are 12:13 in Pennsylvania. I talked to Pennsylvania today. One of the last contacts on my radios was a guy in the Keystone State. That's why I didn't go to college because I don't want to be a doctor. Yeah, me neither. I didn't want to be any of that. Just a blue collar worker. because I earn more than any uses to be. Anyway, I'm glad I chose that because I earn more than. Oh, that's good. So you got a good job. That's excellent. Right on. My high school was so violent. No, ours wasn't violent at all. Yeah, it does. When is your store? When is your store opening? What store? What store opening? I don't have a store. North Delta changed a lot since your wife went up. Oh yeah. See, my wife graduated in 77, 1977. Every single person I know has been jumped by. No way. What? No way. That's crazy. I went to Brookswood in Langley because you got to remember I lived in Langley Central Time where I am, 11:14. So you're 2 hours ahead in Illinois, land of Lincoln. I could be wrong, but I think UK high schools are more violent. Really? I play hockey in Langley. Okay, you play at Langley Civic Center Arena. No, you play at the new arenas on number 10 Highway in Langley. I like Langley Bypass, right? Langley Bypass. I like Langley much better. Yeah, I lived in Langley for just about 17 years, but in my nursery. Oh, my nursery's open all the time. It's open pretty much year round. People just have to contact me. They just have to contact me, message me, and set up an appointment so they can come here, so I can be here to, show them the nursery, right? So it's not open like a regular nursery where you come in, but it's by appointment. I play ice hockey in Richmond. I used to live too. Do you know that? Before Langley, I lived in Richmond, right? Hockey. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, Langley's a good place. Big place too. Anyway, yeah, so my nursery is open by appointment. If you want to come to my nursery, drop me an email, find me on Facebook, find me on Instagram. You can message me here. You can even leave a comment on YouTube, and then we can set up a time. If you live on Salt Spring or you want to come and get a palm tree, we got lots of palm trees. No shortage of palm trees here at our nursery, right? But preferably a good time to come would be more like in March, in the spring, right? So anyway, ice hockey is a cool sport. How much do I charge? Or palms, they start at $25, 1 gallon. Over Feb from Tremanis to work. Oh, cool. Feb 24th. That is next week. Is that next week? That is next week, isn't it? Oh, yeah, it is. That's in a week. That's in 8 days from now, right? To Salt Spring. Cool. My son works in Tremanis. My youngest son works at 49th Parallel. How big is the biggest one I sell there? Well, they go by pot size, 1, 2, and 5 gallon. So the biggest ones are probably about like this, right? But those ones we're growing on right now. So we're mostly selling 1 and 2 gallon size palms. And remember, they're all outside year round. So they go through everything Old Man Winter dishes out. They're all climatized. They're tough palms. Somebody posted a picture of one of my palms growing in northern Florida yesterday. It was on my palm page, one of my palm pages on Facebook. People who love palm trees and exotic plants. And he says, this is one of Banana Joe's palms that he got for me in 2007. So 16 years ago. A pretty nice looking palm, growing 2 palms, one from somebody else and one from me from Salt Spring Island, growing in Gainesville, Florida, which is cool. And what's the name? I go to 49th. His name's Trevor. Trevor Clementi, same last name. He's a tall guy. And you know what? Where's that video? Here. You know what? You'll know what he looks like here. Blue Naughty. Here's his so you know what he looks like. Here's a link to his YouTube channel right there. So there's a link to his YouTube channel, and then you can see what he looks like when you go in there. You will recognize him. Okay, so watch his music videos. All right. Yeah, they have name tags. So anyway, there's a music video of one of his. So when you go into 49th Parallel, which was by Country Grocer, it's actually Country Grocer bought it. You can see Trevor in there. Say hi to him for me too. All right. Anyway, you guys take care. I'm going to roll. I should roll here now. It is getting late, and I'm going to head to bed because I have to go do a consultation tomorrow. I got to do a landscape consultation for somebody on my day off, and then I got to move a bunch of firewood too. So Abstract Tom, everybody in there, you guys take care. My ex-wife works in there too. Hillary, she's in there too. Her name is there. That's her name. She works at the front till. Anyway, you guys, you take care, and thanks for joining in the live stream. You guys are awesome. It was good to have you in there, and I will see you next live stream. My next live stream might be on Jungle Joe C Video Gates on my other YouTube channel. I got to do some video gate ones. Like I think I can get back on tomorrow night. I've been banned from posting for a week, and I think my week is over tomorrow. So I'm pretty sure I can upload a video. I better be able to upload a video. I got a bunch of video gates to upload. I talked to Birmingham, England the other day in my car, Wales and Scotland. So there's a couple of video gates I need to get up on my channel. All right. So you guys have a good night, and I will try to do another live stream sooner than later. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a good night, and see you next time.